Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the show today. We're getting into Iron Pass session 4. I think it's going pretty well. We're starting to do a good job on world building. I think we're starting to get an idea of where we are, what's going on, and I'm having fun.
Mhm.
Hopefully, everybody else is as well, and hopefully, you
Yeah.
guys are enjoying the view. Do us a favor and just hit the like, share, so people get that little ping, and those who do enjoy come watching this live, that they are notified that we are here and doing our thing. Hello everybody. How you doing?
Hey, great.
Good.
How about
Well,
you? I know it's is it still pretty early in the day where you are?
yeah, it's 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, not so
So
bad.
breakfast? Oh, okay.
I did have breakfast. My wife usually makes a very similar breakfast if I have it. It's
Mm.
just the standard, pan fries, eggs, sausage, pretty simple. So,
That's
Nice.
a pretty good breakfast, though.
it is,
Uh,
and
I
she's
mean,
gotten quite skillful at doing pan fries. It takes it isn't the most straightforward of food, to be honest. But
now
you know,
is that kind of like hash browns, or is
yeah,
that
you call it a hash brown, sure.
right? Okay, so it's a regional, like different kind of name. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, you have to, you got to take the potato. Of course, you got to cut them up, peel them. Well, I don't care about peeling, but cut them up. You got to soak them. You got to dry them. You got to soak them. You got to dry them. You got to
Oh,
dry them out really
geez.
well. Then you got to, cook them properly. Don't touch it. That type of thing. It's not that straightforward. I mean, throwing an egg in and a
Oh,
couple of sausages takes what, 10 minutes. Uh, but
right.
pan fries or hash browns are more involved.
So not the carton that you put the stuff in and then you shake it, and not that kind of hash brown.
My wife detests boxed and canned things.
Ooh, okay.
She will have nothing to do
Hmm.
with it, and there is no argument to be had. Matter of fact, if I
Okay.
have some guilty pleasure foods I pick from the foreign food store, she looks at me sideways.
You
Yeah,
can make that fresh, right?
yeah,
Oh.
exactly. No, she's always done that. Now, the benefit of this is, uh, we're a healthy family, right? We don't have all
That's
those
true.
extra sodiums or chemicals or all that kind of nonsense
Right.
running through our bodies. And of course, our water comes from, an actual, mountain fed artesian well. Well, I've been real lucky in my life in that
Yeah.
regard. I've traveled to many places, but the two
Mm-hmm.
places I spent most of my life was in Rhode Island and here in Tanzania. And
Mm.
some of the best water I've had in my life are in those places. I mean, in
Wow.
America, the Situate Reservoir, which supplies where I lived in Rhode Island, is considered the
Hmm.
third cleanest and sweetest water on earth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do they bottle that stuff?
Well, no, they would never be allowed to do such a thing. They literally,
Oh.
the Scituate Reservoir has a fence going around it, and they will shoot you if you go anywhere near it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
they
So
ain't
we don't
playing.
mess around.
Yeah, they ain't playing.
Mm-mm.
But then again, it's
Okay.
it's incredibly pure water. And here in this little teeny village, nowhere near any kind of manufacturing or anything like that, this like I said, it's an artesian well, but it's mountain fed. So it's a consistently filtered and refreshed source. Oh, it's
Good.
amazing. It's so clean.
Does the water stay cold pretty much year round if it's from a
Yep,
mountain?
and that's right.
Ooh,
Well, it's
nice.
artesian anyway, so that's going to stay cool no matter what.
Oh, is that from like a
Yeah,
like
it
from a
means
deeper source?
underground water source. Yeah, that's what it means.
Okay. It
But
doesn't mean they add carbonation.
oh, they don't touch
No.
it. They
I
don't.
Dave. Hi, flying saucer.
Yeah, they don't touch it, and they're not allowed to touch it. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, no. So I can't complain about it, but she is a stickler.
She cares.
Well, she does. Her hobby is being a mother. That's her
Aw.
hobby, right? But
That's awesome.
it's her work, it's her effort, so I'm not going to complain about it, right?
Sure. That's great though. I love that there are people who can be generous with themselves that way, and it makes them happy. Like some
It
people
does,
try to do everything and they just end up wearing themselves out and being sad, but
right?
it sounds like she really gets gets energy
Oh
from
no,
that.
she
That's
loves it.
awesome.
Yeah, it makes her it
Oh.
makes her very happy. Matter of fact, I am taking the brunt of it now because the kids are gone. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm the
Great.
one suffering. I have the burden, Amy.
Oh no! The great burden of having someone fuss over you too
That's
much.
well, the good thing is I do work a lot, so I can get away from it.
Ah, what with the dynamite?
Yeah, well, being a professor and all that, really.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I
Boy,
can
crafting
escape. I
more
just need
items.
dynamite.
I just need dynamite, right? Well, I don't know about you guys, but being fussed over all the time like that can be a little bit frustrating, can't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
I'm kind of the one who takes
Amy's
care
never
of.
had a guy to fuss over her. That's the
Never,
problem.
you never had a dude fuss over you?
Not really. I'm kind of the one who takes care of everything.
Oh,
So,
so you're like my wife, yeah. But I do fuss
well,
over her as well. I mean, to a
I'm
point,
sure you
but
do.
but in a very masculine way, which I've been told has been canceled.
No,
Oh,
no, it has not
Masculine
been canceled.
fussing?
You keep on doing it.
No,
yep.
because yeah, absolutely. I saw this thing. We're going to get into it, everybody. Just give us a second, but we're waiting to see if we get anybody else show up here. We're just waiting for Danny, I think, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, she might. Well, we also have Bob. we're waiting
Bob's
for.
here.
No, Bill's here. Bob's not here, but that's all right. I don't know
Oh,
if we'll
Bob.
get
Okay.
Bob or not. It was cool for him to jump in, and of course, if he wants to continue doing that, I'd love to have him. But you know, I was watching this thing earlier today, and these it was a reasonable debate. It wasn't the typical screeching thing. It was an actual debate, but it was between
Okay.
a very normal, moderate, middle of the road person and a
Mhm.
lefty, and they
Mhm.
were having a reasonable conversation, and the moderate was asking very simple questions, and it was just really funny watching this liberal, and I don't mean liberal, I mean progressive. Let's use
Oh,
that
okay.
word.
Not an
Woke
actual.
is a joke.
Yeah, just trying to have an honest conversation, but just constantly having to couch and juggle every damn word, every single word. And
Oh,
it's like the
God.
guy, he said it in a very nice way, but he was like, "Why don't you just speak plainly?"
Yeah.
But he couldn't. He just couldn't
Mhm.
because he don't want to get canceled for saying something slightly wrong.
Right.
This is a problem. You should be able to speak
Yeah.
straight. We can agree to disagree, and we can do
Sure.
that, and we've always done that. There's no need for anger, but
Right.
they just
Absolutely.
can't speak straight. Is
Yeah.
kind of one of the big problems. But well, we do have a couple other people that might be popping in, but that's all right. We have build up, and we can have a lot of people to interact with. So I say we just get to it. So we shall.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. All righty. Very good. And hopefully everything stays functional. All right.
Hopefully.
Of course, you guys know that we are in Iron Pass. We are running this campaign. And, of course, we have all our party members. I'll just glom through them real quick. I'm still missing them a couple of ones, but I do have Brino Stinglepock. This is Lady's character. Girls, I have given you and your sister Sindiri a family name. So we have uh, Erue Sundu and Lissei Sundu and Sindiri
Aw.
Sundu. Okay, okay.
And Siri Sundu.
So well, it's very elvinish, half
But
elvinish.
technically, since we're in the mountains, aren't they Mountain Dew?
Hey now,
Oh.
do the do. Okay.
That was funny.
Yeah. Of course, we also have GOP's character. His name is technically Terrador Devtrill, but he's Tater.
Tater.
Tater. We got Puffin's character here, Roland Fairywind. And we have, of course, Danny's character, Shamara Skull Ripper. Now, whose art am I actually missing?
Is there anyone missing?
Well, I don't have Bill's.
I sent the picture.
The universe denied it.
Last week,
Now I have to
universe
see
says no.
it.
that's because Bill doesn't like whipped cream.
Well,
It's going to be a running joke now, Bill.
yeah, it will be.
Yep.
Yeah, the universe has denied you.
Yes.
But just to pick up from last week, we started off where, of course, they're going into the Underdark to try to deal with what seemed to be a small problem turned into a much bigger thing, and they ended up saving a whole bunch of deep gnomes and bringing them to the surface, and they were being honored by the Baron himself for their heroic work. Now, as we're going to start today, because they had themselves a little bit of a fight last week, as things was going wrong, they found that there was a problem with a friend of theirs, a peer, not a peer, a teacher. And they went to try to help her, and they ran into a hag, Derrid the hag, an actual named hag, which is not a good thing. They had a battle. They defeated her minion. They defeated her effectively, but she did escape, which is really
Boo.
boo indeed. But which is really one of the things that makes hags so the night hag particularly so difficult is it's really hard to nail them down, right? Which is why physically you can actually beat them pretty easily. That the physically, but which is reason why they have such a high CR. Is because of their slipperiness. But they were able to defeat her and push her off, at least temporarily. And of course, we have a week that has passed here, and we'll get into what's been going on that week. But we also had there was a warning sent to the party from a certain demon that is controlling a certain party member, and I'll use that word, said that there was another demon in town, and he must deal with it, and it was not happy. Okay.
He doesn't like competition.
Right, but you guys were able to defeat the immediate problem, right?
Right.
And of course, there's a little extra problem going on this week, which I'll get into now. Now, as far as renown goes, everyone takes another point. Add 1 point to each one of those renowns I gave you. Now, several of them were just 0, which means they're paying attention to you. So everything across the board is +1. Therefore all the zeros are now 1, and the 1 is now a 2. So go ahead and add to your renown, please.
All right.
And I did give magic items and stuff, and you have people in the party that can identify them. So the only real potent thing was a pair of spider climb slippers, which can be a very useful thing. Who got that?
We gave that to Bill.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. And that was all randomly rolled. Some things I will put in specifically, but sometimes we'll just roll random for fun, right? Anyway, how's the week been going? Well, after the defeat, or the driving away, we should say, of Derrid, the hag, it has been the absolute, probably one of the more chaotic weeks that Iron Pass has ever seen in its entire history. And there have been some bumpy points. But basically, the entire town is under assault. And this is way beyond you now. It's way beyond you. You guys are, of course, tacitly involved, but this is involving all the big hitters, right? And this is what's been going on. Julia, who started this, why you got involved, she's actually fine. And because this kind of night haunting that they use to suck your soul, and if they actually get you to 0, because you lose 5 permanent hit points every time they do this. And if it gets to 0, you become their slave, basically, and they put you in a bag. And they use you, or they just devour your soul completely, is what a night hag does. But it is something that is done consecutively and directly. So she's had vigils around her. Therefore, the hag can't really get to her in a reasonable manner. So
Okay.
Julia, actually, a week later is much better. She's kind of taken herself out of the picture
Okay.
because there's some serious depression going on here, which
Poor
understands
thing.
why she's been violated and abused and all that kind of stuff. But she's not physically under or mental or spiritually, I guess just to say, under attack. However,
Okay, good.
there are people all throughout the town who are falling down with the same problem. The
Oh
Hierophant
no.
is stupidly busy, which means, lady,
Mm-hmm.
your entire circle is now involved in what's going on, including you. So, Lady has been pretty busy. She's not been around you guys much this week because she's been, involved,
Yeah.
helping her circle. Because what's happening is, and of course, the Hierophant here, Thessaly. I do love this picture way much better. It's such a good picture for
That's
nice
beautiful.
druid. I like it. But uh, they've been trying to combat this because what the night hag is doing is she's just bouncing around town every night, so 7 nights in a row here, just simply draining a different person. So she doesn't seem to be, going after minion creation. It doesn't seem that way because you guys now know more detail about what a hag does. And she
Right.
needs to drain someone completely of their health in order to get a new minion. But she just simply, maybe out of spite, she's just harming the town, right? So there's a whole bunch of involvement trying to track down this hag, find out where she is. But the town's pretty big. There's thousands of people who live here, right?
Ugh.
And
Mm-hmm.
no one knows. The whole town's on alert, panic. Everyone is, kind of whispering to themselves on the corner. The normal, if they go out at all. A lot of people are staying in, but then some are saying, "Who cares? Staying in is probably more dangerous." But there's stress and tension, in which is normally a super happy little town, right? This
Mm-hmm.
Right.
is not that place, but that's what this hag has thrown it into. So you guys are actually um, all over because there was some work being done. Everybody is over at the Sundew Ranch, let's call it, or farm, which is a bunch of half elf families. There's a couple adopted kids in there, which would include Honey's character. She's basically adopted, right? But you're over
You
at
may
the
or may not
ranch
know that.
because Sindiri was working on some armor. What'd you say, Emmy?
Oh, I was saying she may or may not know that. She might just think she's a tiny elf.
She might. She might. That's true. That's true. But it doesn't matter. The Sundew family are half elf kind of community, right? It's a little teeny community inside the larger community, and there are many houses here, little farms. They're all artisans of some kind.
Oh
Some of them
wow.
brew like mead, beekeeping, or apiaries and stuff like that, and various other little artisanal skills. And there's many little houses on this property at where they are. I can show you where you guys are, where your kind of homestead area is. Let me get that up. uh
So would this be a place that people would come to, like for shopping for certain things? If they know there's honey there or beekeepers and
Absolutely, yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
okay.
Now you guys see you're down here at the very bottom of the map, Sindiri Smithy, but
I see that.
excuse me. And of
Bless you.
course, you have the Druid Circles area over here as well. But this whole area's got a bunch of houses in it actually that there's only one house representing it. But this whole area in the forest here is a half elven enclave of
Mhm.
sort, right? And
Lovely.
so it's a happy community unto itself. And honestly, you could spend most of your life just in that and not even interacting with Iron Pass, the Greater Iron Pass, if you chose, right? Of course,
Yeah.
no one does, but I mean, you could.
Oh, sure.
Anyway,
They're all friendly.
you guys are all sitting in here. It is brunch time, basically. And I haven't chosen a picture, but your mother, well, yours, Amy's, and Sindiri's
Mhm.
mother, and the halfling that thinks it's an elf's mother as well. Um, you're having a nice little meal. She's put out. You guys are all chatting and talking, and Sindiri is showing off the armor plate breastplates that she had made for two of you, I believe, right?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So
Oh
those,
wow.
right? Those are done. Now,
Hooray.
now those things will work as brigadine, as how they'll function. And
Mhm.
as far as in game, these are what are called masterworks, right?
Ooh.
Because she did say
Neat.
take some time on it, and that you, and of course, mainly she's dealing with extremely good materials, which is the main point.
Wow.
But the mastercraft for this armor, the effect of it is that they are half weight, and therefore
Ooh.
the reduction in dexterity is halved. GOP, can you do me a favor and open your book and tell us what brigadine, the rules of brigadine are, please?
Okay. Let me
I
pull
love
this
that our
up.
sister made the armor. That just seems so right, you know?
Yeah,
To
sure.
just
Yeah.
I knew I liked that chick for some reason.
Brigadine.
Well, Sinderi
Give me
has
one
always
sec to look it
been
up.
very focused, right?
Mhm.
Like I said, the Sundews, which is kind of a cover-all name for them, to be fair. They're all artisans of some kind. GOP?
oh, neat.
Yeah, no, I'm looking. It's because it doesn't have like specifically. Well, Brigadine is what's the equivalent armor in
Banded,
the actual rule set?
scale.
Scale. Okay, because I have that on
What
here.
do they have?
So
Give me the options.
okay. So we've got ring mail.
Yep.
Would it be heavy or medium? So we
It'd
got
be heavy.
scale
It's
on,
heavy.
Splint.
on
It's heavy.
medium.
It's heavy. It's
Yeah,
Splint would be
splint.
the most equivalent.
Splint. That's right. That's what we were saying. It was splint.
Splint is the
Uh,
Brigadine. Why don't they have Brigadine? That's like the
that's
most
weird.
common armor throughout the Middle Ages. It's
That
Because
like
is
that would
weird.
be
literally
too
the
easy.
most common armor, and they don't have
They
it in the
didn't
book.
It's
study
another.
medieval.
It's just another reason why people don't like Gary.
Gary had Brigadine in the book.
No, he's never had Brigadine, which doesn't make sense. But because that
Yeah,
was
it's not brigadine.
Oh,
It may
whatever.
in a
We'll call it
supplement.
Splint.
But yes, splint.
So give me the mechanics of Splint, please.
Splint is an armor class of 17.
Yep.
Requires a strength 15 to use.
Okay, so that's going to
Uh,
be knocked down to a 13.
Yep.
Oh, good. I can win.
Disadvantage on stealth,
Yeah,
and
well,
it's 60 pounds. And
so
do you
30.
want the cost or no?
No. What about
Okay.
the dexterity modifier?
Heavy armor gets no
Right,
no
okay.
dex.
So, go to medium armor. What is the dex? Say scale mail or chain mail, whatever they're calling it. What is
They're
it?
all max 2 for medium armor.
They're all what?
Dex modifier max 2.
Max
Max
plus
2.
2.
Okay. So this is the way your bullet splint, or just call it brigadine because that's what it is. Your brigadine armor, your bullet brigadine armor works. It is only 30 pounds in weight, so it's quite light. Excuse me.
Bless
The armor
you.
class is the same, but you can have you can use up to 2 bonus points of your dexterity into the armor as well, right? So
And
it functions. It's heavy armor that functions like medium armor, basically.
excellent. So now I can sell this scale mail for money.
You could do
How,
whatever you want.
how does it work?
It gives you an AC of 17, but you can add up to a plus 2 from your dex. So whenever I get a feat, I can bump up my 13 dex to a 14, and then wearing this armor, I'll have an AC of 19
Oh. And
before my
it's
shield.
what kind of armor is it? It's
It's heavy armor.
It's heavy armor, but it's
But it's
mail.
mastercraft. Yeah, it's bullet,
Mastercraft.
It's considered
brigadine.
brigadine.
Bullet.
Now, Amy, you do only have a dex of 10, so you don't have a positive modifier, so you would just get a 17.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything, but
No, but
it's
you have
cool.
better armor, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great.
And who else
I
got it?
wonder how
Puffin,
we
right?
do it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it helps me because I had a point of dex that I could put in. So
There you go.
without my shield, it raised my passive AC to 18.
Nice.
Now, if Sindiri was higher level and better at what she did and could incorporate a magic, we could even do more. And of course, she will progress as you guys progress. But for right now, that's really good armor. You guys should be very happy about that. But nevertheless,
Cool.
she's shown off the armor and of course giving it to you, and she's put some nice little frills and touches to it to adorn it and make it decorative, specific to each person. Because she knows you both very well. You guys grew up together,
Aw.
literally.
Yeah.
But you guys are talking about the problem at hand. Lady's character, Brianna, right? Or Brina?
Bria.
Bria?
Brina.
Bria.
Rena.
Brina. Yeah, Brina. Stinglepot, she looks exhausted because she is. And this is a real problem. The town is wickedly stressed because, well, it's under assault. So
Yeah.
you guys are sitting here having a conversation, not only to pick up the armor, but also just to get together because everyone's had their own little things going on and to discuss. So before we get into the discussion, let's take care of our weekly stuff. Now, everybody here has
Yes.
certain things they're working on, right?
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and do those rolls. And they're pretty easy, but you can fail them. And let's get that out of the way quickly, please. So everyone should have written down what they're working on and how many successes they've had. So let's just go ahead and get into it.
All right.
So I'm going to roll to attempt my athletics.
Yes.
21 on my persuasion.
Okay. GOP's good. Amy's good.
Okay.
I'll roll my sisters too, just so
Oh,
it's
yeah,
all
go
that
ahead.
should be
Yeah.
nope, fail.
Amy,
All right.
you're putting cotton candy colors in my face.
Oh, natural 20
I'm
for my
the one-
sister.
So
I'm the one that encouraged her to change the color of her dice
Oh,
too.
I shall never forgive you, lady. Anyway, all right. So, make sure you write down for Danny that she gets the extra, the XP for that. So far,
See,
nothing
I can
but
crit for
success.
other people.
Oh no, I failed horribly. I've never succeeded one of these checks.
Oh, you did. Oh, I'm sorry. Lady, what are you trying? What are you
Last
working
2
on,
weeks
lady?
in a row.
Crafting.
Are you? So you're trying to improve it, or are you trying to gain it?
Mm-hmm. I got it last week, or last game session.
So you're
Now I'm
trying
trying to
to
improve it.
gain it.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you failed then.
Okay.
You need a 12. If you're trying to gain no, excuse me. If you're trying, you succeeded. If you try to gain it, a new skill, you only need a 10. If you're trying to go from proficient to expert, you need a 12. It's actually not that hard. It's more about the time.
And per
All
So you
of
the
did
first
succeed.
one is a 2-point bonus, and expert is a
4. Expert. What does the expert do? It's just doubles your
It doubles your
proficiency, right?
proficiency.
Yeah. So 4.
It doubles proficiency. Okay, so instead of having a 2-point proficiency, 4-point proficiency. Okay,
That's right,
gotcha.
and that's as high as you can go. You can't go any further than
Sure.
that. But
That's
I've always been a strong believer in being able to improve skills.
it's
uh,
cool.
So cool. So we got that all done. Great.
right.
Now,
Oop.
Yep.
What up? Oh, I'm sure you're getting to Honey's shop.
I think we'll get to that.
oh no, I
Get to
can
that
go
later?
ahead and do it. That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Honey has her shop. Oh yeah, that's.
I sent a
have to.
picture. I
I
DM'd you
got
a
to pull
picture
out
in
the book
Discord.
here. So we got another 7 days. How many days we got so far, Honey?
I'm at let's see.
I guess that would be if this is the second week. So this would
Yeah,
be
this was the last time. This was day 7, so I'm doing this is day 14.
Fortnite.
A fortnight.
Yeah, I guess a fortnight.
Okay. Hold on a second. There it is. 127. Alrighty. So yeah, because this is just about. Yeah, here it is. Running a business. All right, so go ahead and give me a skill roll. So this is for you a crafting roll, right?
just trying to find the dice roller. I'm sorry. What was your question? I'm spacing out. Sorry.
Well, no, for Melissa, this is a crafting role because she's running an artisanal business.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Okay.
You made it last week, so just roll again. It's not that
It'd be
hard.
what your intelligence plus your proficiency because you're proficient in
Right.
artisanal tools.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you would be
here
a
we go.
+6 if I recall correctly.
Plus. Yeah, she should be pretty good at crafting as an
She is.
artificer, right?
Yeah.
It is
Can I
a little
roll
bit
here?
of an irritable
Ooh, there's a
necessity, but you can fail, so it needs to be rolled.
Of course. I mean, we all got good weeks and bad weeks.
That is
So-
true.
All right, so this is up. Okay, is it logged in? It looks like it's logged in.
Okay.
So we can actually. That's kind of
It's
a nice.
a 20 plus 6.
Oh, is it 20 plus 6?
Roll a 20 cider and then add 6.
Okay.
Oh.
That'll do it.
18.
And what'd you get?
And honey's not
She
logged.
got a
the
24.
18
Oh,
and
okay,
she's
the
no problem.
6.
All right, here. Let's see here. All right, so this is what happens. So then we're 14 days in, right? Or is it 21? I think it's 21.
To the second week.
It's only the second week. Okay, so it's 14.
Yeah.
So basically, it's the same as it is. Next week will be different, but it's the same as it was last time. You're still putting more money in than you're getting out, and that money I think was so you need to spend another $125 during this week's of just bits and pieces. So you're not making money yet, but next week you'll start making money.
How cool.
Okay, so
Well,
I'm down to
She's
you'll
got
break
some-
even.
She's got some crazy renovations on her little treehouse shop, so it'll be worth it.
Yeah. Well, it just takes time, but once it gets rolling, and as long as you make your rolls, it actually becomes quite profitable. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, most people don't know what Fortnite means, huh?
Yeah. Well, most people
It's a
think it's a
video
game. Yeah.
Yeah, most people think video game. Yeah.
Anyway,
While-
okay.
While
we
we sit
go
while
ahead,
we
lady.
sit down and have breakfast, or maybe she can bug from somebody's plate. She goes, "This town's really depressed. Perhaps we should have a party or a competition."
I mean, I'm all for some kind of a celebration to lift people. Kind of thing where
I don't know.
you.
Perhaps we
Because
should
it's
go
really
caroling.
happy.
Oh,
Ooh.
well, we can go caroling. Brighten people's
Caroling?
spirits up.
Do we need snow for that, or is that okay? Just like,
Why? Why do you need snow for going around and singing?
that's a good point. Never tried it, but I don't see why it wouldn't work.
I mean, you could use create water in Ray of Frost.
That would be creative.
That would be. Just get a
And they're
big basket.
cantrips, so you can just keep doing them and just like have this cloud of snow following you around.
Or it could be like a, what do they call it? Gestures, just going around in a group, doing tricks and stuff like that. Walking on stilts and stuff like that.
That is a possibility.
Or we could maybe see if the alchemy pot could make snow, and we could just, as we walk along.
Snowballs? No, probably not.
Oh,
People
fine.
probably wouldn't like that.
Oh, that would
No?
be good. Snowball fight.
Of course,
There you-
normally you
Let me-
could go talk to the Bards Guild, but they've been outlawed in the Empire to be shot on sight.
Bard Guild?
Yep, no Bards Guild.
Yeah,
To the
shot
bards? Okay.
instant death penalty.
I feel like
Oh,
this
no.
I feel like this
Is
is
that
aimed at
also
me
there?
somehow.
Yeah.
Well, it's not directly. It's just that there's. It was what is it called?
Manifest destiny.
Well, besides the manifest destiny, it's all the the extra kids out of nowhere.
Oh, right.
No.
That's fair. That is
What about minstrels? Do we have minstrels?
All right, fine. See, I can compromise.
Don't give in to their demands.
It's not really quite a bard, right? That's not.
But nobody around here is a bard, right?
I have
No.
performance. I'm not.
I could
I'm
multi-class.
No
jokingly
way.
GOP.
I know.
No way. I'm a bard.
You know I'm going to make my money by performing, right?
What are you gonna do? Fall down some stairs for money?
Well, I mean, I do that for free, so why not get paid?
I know. I'll even push you. I'll help.
Right? Thanks, buddy. That's
All right.
friendship.
So the conversation going around the table right now is to try and lift people's spirits by doing some manner of entertainment. Caroling seems to be the predominant one. You do have, of course, other people at the table who aren't really part of the party per se. Sindiri loves the idea. And so do the other, so does Wraithy. She
Oh,
likes the idea too. But then again, of course, Wraithy does.
I just want to point out that my character has been brooding all week because he blames himself. That's
Not
it.
fair. Yeah, you brood.
And so I poke at him to be like, there, now you can sing and cheer up everybody and feel better yourself.
He's upset.
Oh.
Badger?
Yeah.
Do you need me to cheer you up?
No, the conversation's happening. Be part of it. You just got a pair of
I'm
slippers.
sorry.
Nice ones.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. I'll try those on.
Hey, Downer, put on those slippers.
I need to try different tech. I'm having trouble here. So
I bet you could.
Perhaps
Do
you
it.
could put on dress and play like a dress up.
Hey, you
None
know
of
what
that.
you could do is you could put on those slippers and dance on the ceiling for money.
Yeah.
It would be a great
Dance
idea.
up, like flip off the wall. That would be really cool.
But
Flip from the wall to the ceiling, dancer, dig.
yeah, I could do that. I could put my clothes on backwards, paint my face white, and do like dark makeup under my eyes, and be like, "Ah!" What do you think?
That's
We're
not
Nothing
exactly.
scary, nothing scary, something brighter.
I mean,
Okay.
unless we're supposed to fight you as part of some kind of a performance, I don't think that's the kind of thing that's going to cheer people up very.
Well, if I
Well,
could hit you,
I can-
maybe it would cheer me up.
Could juggle fire. We could. I could juggle gnomes.
Mhm.
Hey,
is your strength score high enough to do that?
Yes. I mean, I have yeah, sure. With some
Sure,
help.
he thinks so. Cast
There's a
improve
lot of
at-
mage hands helping you out.
No, I cast improve attribute on him, so he gets an advantage on strength checks.
Well,
What
fair enough.
about what about searching for the hag?
Right? I peek up at that.
isn't everybody
How
doing
about-
that?
How about we use some of our nefarious contacts to see what we can divine for her location, or at least maybe her location of her coven, because she mentioned her coven. It's not just her. I would, or if it is, that's great. But if we have more of them,
She
then
did
we have a
mention a
bigger
coven.
problem.
This is true.
So
But Chester didn't really mean it.
Oh yeah, it did.
Any idea?
I hate to bring down the joviality of the moment and the idea of performing and rousing up the spirits of our town folk, but maybe we can do both.
Oh,
Maybe we
I
can.
haven't
we
learned
can
the spell
use
raise dead. I can't rouse anyone's spirits.
use a little bit of the time to do research as well while we're out and about in the crowd. If we can get a crowd, I don't know. Perhaps Tater and his little abyssal monkey that we saw on his shoulder could do some research.
Oh yeah, we never clarified that, by the way. Just
Well, I know
We
what
skipped
I
a-
saw. And
No, I know.
get
no, you guys all saw it. Yeah, I'm just saying
Yeah, so
we never
what was
clarified
that?
about what happened. You guys saw it.
You did tell us that there was another demon here, though, right?
Yeah, I
Was
did.
she the demon?
She the hag was the demon. This
Okay.
this demon is the one that I got myself.
Yeah, your pit. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, the
Yeah.
one you got yourself. Well, that's clever of you, isn't
When
it?
he sold his soul to the devil, you know.
Well,
which is the reason why we travel with the paladin
Mhm.
and the
right.
cleric.
I swear I'm not evil, guys. It's
No,
just
anything for power though. So
victim of circumstance. Yeah, right.
why don't we use those powers for good, or at least try to?
A good laugh.
No, come on. I know
Yeah.
it's joking is to cover up some of this, the horror that we're dealing with, but in all seriousness, um, can you
Okay.
contact your patron lord to see what maybe some hint or riddle that he could give us to help us find do what we can do to help?
How do we get rid of the hag? Yeah.
I certainly could. There's the only issue is it's devil. Usually, it wants something in return.
Everybody wants something in return. It's just what
Stop.
we're willing to give.
The stream just ended.
Well, did it actually end or?
What are you talking about? The stream's fine.
Oh, it
Oh,
ended on
okay.
our end. That's why.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah.
just shut my thing off because I'm adding their mother to the situation.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I can ask. I was thinking about it. But
Well,
yeah. I mean, I guess it
I-
wouldn't hurt to at least ask.
do we know the victims of this terrible thing? Do they have to have had some encounter with the hag before? Maybe we can find something in common with our other victims and be able to trace down some kind of information.
All right. So, out of character, Chester, I would assume that we probably in this past week would have followed up whatever reasonable leads we could, and one of those leads probably should have been the Arcanum or whatever the place is called, the mages. What is it called? I have to look at my notes. Like the really fancy mage tower place.
Ah,
The Magi
You know,
Sanctum. No. But
yes,
you
the
could,
Magi Sanctum.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I would just assume that we figured out in that week. Hopefully, we figured out that she actually has to come into contact with the victim.
This you do know. You
Yeah.
do know this.
Yeah, she has to come into contact she can be in the ethereal plane though. So they don't even have to know that she contacted them.
Yes, but if there's
She-
vigils around, she can't do it. Right.
Yeah, well, exactly. If she goes after the same person again, I get it. But I'm saying they probably wouldn't see her coming if she's going and touching random people.
oh, okay. So it's not like a vampire that you have to invite into your house.
No.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just was figuring we know that fact.
Yeah.
Our characters do. Okay.
Okay.
So just clarifying that. All right. Yeah. I mean, well, if nobody else, does anyone else have any ideas? I mean, we don't all have to go with me as I go and make my new bargain, whatever that is. If I even have to make a bargain, I don't know.
If he wants it gone, did you?
I don't know. I don't. I was thinking that something that would be kind of a supplement. Somewhat useful. Well, that's right. I can't. I had this. I have magical tinkering. I was thinking I could create a device that could play looping clerical chants or something to offer protection. I could, I don't make those and distribute them to carry on the person to keep them safe.
You
Would
could.
something like that
would
help?
take, and you certainly could offer in your store. And I would give you a 20% bonus to profit next week for that. So write that down. But that would take months and months and months to distribute the entire town. It would take.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea, but it's not something that can be mass produced quickly. Well, not
But-
with your current settings.
Yeah.
At least she would feel like she's helping. So
Yeah, no, I think that's fine, and I will actually give you, like I said, a 20% increase to income for next week's roll.
Okay.
nice.
That's a good idea.
It is.
All right. Well,
I-
anyways, I know what I got to do. So everyone
Here's
else,
your mother,
if you
by
guys,
the way.
Oh,
it's adorable.
Well, she's always picking up strays. It's her thing.
Oh,
Right.
look at
Okay, so I'll go and do my thing. Who's on the entertainment team?
I don't
Because
mind
that
doing
would be part of my
this.
hat.
I feel like I could probably like she would know a lot of encouragement, be able to preach messages to encourage everyone, lift their spirits.
Okay.
That is true.
Amy's going
So,
to preach again.
Who's on that
okay.
team? Well, she is a paladin.
Oh, true.
If I can encourage people,
Yeah, I just need to. It's a good
But since
idea.
I'm the one
Who's
that
on
brought
team?
it up, right? I guess I brought it up, right?
So I'm assuming
I'm on that team.
everyone's on that team except for Tater, who's going to converse with his demon lord.
Okay.
what now? Is Aaron kind of looking?
Yeah, that was what we were
We
talking
have
about
to
earlier.
select him.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah, I don't know. Should anyone go with Tater? Does anyone want to go with Tater?
Not really.
I don't want to go with Tater.
So no
I
one wants
have to
Tater.
go with him.
All right. So
I said I'd go with him.
There you go.
Doesn't need.
well, I don't know that he needs you, to be honest with you, Puffin.
Nah, yeah, you're supposed to right.
I have to supervise so I can smite
Kind
him.
of personal, private.
But that's
You may
okay.
not even see his contact, or he may not like your presence just because of
I'm not sure
who you
he
stand
would
for.
Mhm.
I am a war cleric.
Even though, but
Death is your
Domain.
forte.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
you guys finish your brunch. Mom, being mom, comes and kisses all her little ones on the head, even the ones who are too old to be kissed, including all their friends. All right. So,
It's all her family.
yeah, that's right. She's that type, right? So you guys decide to go down and you kind of get some songs together, and you're going to start doing your caroling. The best place probably would be at the Iron Pass Market, which is where
Of
there's going to be
course.
most of the people around lunchtime anyway. So you guys go down and you're going to make spectacles of yourself. Sweet. Therefore, I'm going to need rolls.
Oh right.
Can we do? Hey, before we go,
Yeah.
or during? You said we could do a protection from evil. Is that's only a 10-minute thing, huh?
Mhm.
Okay, never mind. I was just thinking,
Yeah,
if we had.
Stop thinking. Just stop. We're doing caroling.
Darn it!
We don't
Why do
need
I do
thinking.
that?
Yeah. No
I
thinking.
I didn't mean thinking. I meant overthinking. Okay, so performance.
Yeah. Some of the thing I told my kids all the time: stop thinking, do.
That's right. Okay, so I have a +5.
Amy
Oh, look at
hates
that
me.
pretty
She
die.
hates me.
Oh, nat
Oh,
20.
Nat 20
Finally.
The
now.
badger's
Good
in
job.
the house. That's a 150 XP, dude. Ain't nothing.
Wow, finally. Yeah. I think I
Alright,
got one
so
already.
what I do
Yeah.
need now, these are going to be. Do we in this new skill list? Do we have any entertainment skill
Performance.
performance? Okay,
Performance
so
is the
Yep.
skill.
these
It's a
are performance
charisma.
rolls, so everyone apply them
Yeah.
properly. Lady sucks.
No.
Okay.
I was
No
thinking.
sucky.
Well, she's a little halfling druid. You mean she basically has legs that are 2 inches long. So what do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
I
she
happy
transformed.
hope. That's what ladies do.
Well, she could be shape or wild shape.
Yeah.
Oh no,
she'd be like a trained dog.
You stay out of this, Mr.
I'm not
Demon
here.
Boy.
I'm
well,
not
I
here.
thought about being bear and giving kids rides,
Aw, that's
but you
adorable.
can do it for an hour. So
Yeah, I understand that, but you suck. So,
thank you.
honey, give me a roll.
Okay. I was thinking I can make like little kind of create lights as I respond to
Huh?
like a little color light
It's like
display.
a little rave.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
Oh, money.
Wow.
I am not seeing.
This is
I
the
am
day.
not seeing any rolls.
Wow. All right.
This
Well,
is
you
the
get
day.
150 XP, honey. Add that down. Now,
Oh, no way. We got another one.
Wraithy and Sindri are with you, so let's go ahead and
All
make their
right.
rolls. Now, Wraithy actually will be very good at this.
She's a bit of a showstopper, huh?
Well, it's her forte. Yeah. She is a eclectic dancer is her hobby. Okay.
Hmm.
Exotic
So
dancer, you mean?
no, no, well, no, now, judgmental.
No,
She
no,
doesn't roll
then she'd
well,
be
but she
working for
rolls.
my mom.
So Wraithy does a great job. And now Sindri, on the other hand, is a different story. So we'll see how this works out. Uh, eh, 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 super average, but she is a blacksmith. So what do we
This
got?
sounded
We got
fun.
an absolute failure from Lady. We got a very so-so roll from Sindri and Amy, but then again, it makes sense. However, the Badger, who is our scout,
So
and our little halfling slash half elf. Um, uh, 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 you're an artificer, right? Artificer.
Mhm.
And Wraithy, which no one is surprised by. She is just
Right.
she's breathtaking.
They're destroying it.
Right.
It's
They are
amazing.
killing it. And everyone actually enjoys it.
Nice.
There's a lot of happiness, and you guys are going to kind of take the afternoon and go to other places, central locations around town, and do this. I guess that's the assumption of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And therefore, you spend your afternoon going around singing, and you guys do a really good job overall. And therefore, this is a very nice thing. So the Farmers Collective, you gain 1 renown from that.
oh,
Aw.
nice. Okay.
The Farmers Collective only. But you
Yeah.
do gain renown, so you should have 2 with them right now. They do appreciate you doing this, and you guys pick up a brand new line of renown. This is going to be at 0, of course. But let me find that image here so we can write it down correctly. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Let me bring this up. You guys also gain renown 0 with the Altarian Guild Hall.
Ooh.
And we're not going to get into it, but you guys will get rumors that the Guildmaster Killian himself appreciated the effort and thought it was well done. Well done indeed.
Aw.
All right, so you gain that. And you also gain 100 experience points. Everybody involved.
Ooh.
Not the cleric, the war cleric, who doesn't really know he's a cleric, and the demon boy.
All right.
That's
That's
awesome.
evil laugh.
Yeah, I know, right? Right. So you guys go on doing that, and you're having a good old time. Wraithy is just having the greatest time ever. She loves this kind of stuff. But then again,
Aw, good for
she's that's Wraithy, right? But she's having a good old time. You guys actually enjoy yourself because not only have you helped to lift the spirits of the town, you've also lifted your spirits
Hmm.
at the same time. However,
Giving
on
to
the other
others.
side, go ahead, GOP.
Oh, okay. I go and find a nice little dark corner.
At
Uh,
Wonderland, I'm assuming.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably be in my room in
Right,
Wonderland.
with a brooding war cleric standing behind you.
Oh, I got my sword ready. Anything starts happening, he's going down.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, I have my pet drop its invisibility. And I look out and go, Zeshelis, I know you're watching. I've come to bargain.
Now, the little closet you are seeing, Puffin, is just
Mhm.
sitting on a desk. It's very preoccupied with picking its nose. It spends a lot of time doing it.
It usually rides on my shoulder, but yeah.
Well, no,
Well,
he's
I mean,
sitting on
that's
a desk right now.
it's
Oh,
just
okay.
like Tater when he was a kid. He always liked to pick his nose.
Yeah, that's
And eat
true.
the burgers.
That's true. That's true. That's why I
All
got
right.
the nickname Tater. Oh, it all comes out.
Mm-hmm.
All
He's
right.
picking bacon bits out of himself.
Anyway, you call your demon lord. What is the name of this thing?
Zeshelis.
Zershellus. I did try to pick something that's fairly androgynous. It's actually very childlike, which is something a demon would do. I mean, let's be fair, right?
That's
Anyway,
creepy.
of course, it is listening.
Does the light in the room go out except for the candle it's
Oh
holding?
no, it goes completely black. Absolutely.
All
And
right,
then
very
you
nice.
see the I'll go through it again if you guys aren't watching. I am displaying, yeah. But basically the
Yeah.
room goes completely black. Then you see this kind of the room fills with these ethereal floating skulls and this, yes, minion.
I need to know where that hag bitch is. He's
Yes, I'm glad that you are pursuing my demands. That is a problem for you to solve. You do realize it is hard to track such things. They have no need to live in our world, or soon to be our world. No, but they can stay within the ethereal. Those absolute vile creatures. They're very hard to track. You're going to have to figure this out on your own.
If I offered you something, is there some way that something you could do to assist me? If I did.
If I could deal with it, I would have done it myself. Do not irritate me, minion.
Fine, if you don't know where it is, do you perhaps know where one of its allies are? Something we can go on.
There is nothing that I can do for you. The room goes back to normal.
And I turn over to Puffin's character, who hasn't seen any of this before, by the way.
Oh, he's just saw all that. He's terrified.
Yeah.
You should probably make a constitution roll not to wet your pants. No, that's all right.
I mean, let's see. Do I stab my friend?
Yes, that's the question.
Let's see here. Let me roll. Let me
He was too
roll
evil.
willpower.
Right?
That's pretty evil. Let me see here.
That
It
was
was
pretty
pretty
evil.
evil. It was very evil. Fair.
15. What do you think? Do I stab him?
No. You're able to stay
Okay.
yourself. Just don't make a critical failure or
Yeah.
success. We'll go both ways.
Yeah.
That was a
works for me.
waste of time. I'd kind of bang my hand on the wall.
Well, you've been dealing with this thing for many months now, right?
Yeah.
Since you made your deal. And you can tell. Usually, it's very composed, as much as a demon can be, right?
Yeah.
That
But
acted like it was agitated.
yes, that's my point. It sounds very agitated. It doesn't like the competition. It's clearly very competitive in that regard, but it also just has no help for you, and it's not happy that it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's being best by a night hag.
Yes, and it
Mhm.
doesn't like
It's
that.
gotta be. Especially what kind of devil he is. So, yes.
Oh, it's a devil, not a demon. Okay,
He is a devil. He's not a demon.
that's fine. Okay. Either way. Well, no, they are quite different, to be honest.
They are.
I thought it was a demon. I probably should have been playing it different, seeing as it's a devil.
Be
It's
more
all right.
Well,
sophisticated, I suppose.
And the devil you don't.
Well, we're just talking about D&D lore here, right? Not
Yep.
reality. But in D&D lore, the devil, just as a little aside here, devils are a response to a problem, right? They're not actually chaotic. They're pure order.
They're lawful
Basically,
evil.
they are. Asmodeus, who you could call him Lucifer if you'd like, right? Was a high angel of Ao, and doing the things that angels do, which are trying to basically keep the fabric of reality going, right? That's their job. There are different kind of angels that simply serve gods, but we're dealing with the over god, Ao here. And those kinds of angels, which are gods themselves, their job is to keep the fabric of reality going, right? That's different. And of course, Asmodeus, or Lucifer, Satan, whatever you want to call him, he is simply trying to solve the demon abyssal problem in the way he thinks best to do it, which is why there's not this all-out war against him from heaven, because, well, he is kind of working toward for heaven. I know that sounds weird. This is kind of greater D&D lore, but you have this group of Cthulhu monsters, basically Lovecraftian monsters that come from a different universe that came and caused an incredible amount of chaos. They want everything to be destroyed and eaten, and that is how the abyss was created, right? And therefore, the demons are pure chaos, intent on destroying everything. The devils are a response to cow that in some way. The angels and other gods and things were trying to deal with the problem, and Asmodeus felt that he had a better solution. Now, there's some secrets I won't get into that he's certain things he's using to his advantage, but devils are not. I don't want to say they're not evil because they are, but they're
Yeah.
not
They're
evil.
not as much like monsters.
No, they have a purpose. The devil's job is to destroy the abyss. They have a focused job. Now, if they have to use humans, destroy, devour whatever human or living sentient thing to do that, that's fine. Collateral damage is acceptable, right? By any means necessary is how they are. So, if your thing is a devil, that's a very different thing.
Yep. No, I'm pretty sure I said at the beginning he was a devil, but
All right,
that's
fine.
why I was a little bit confused when she brought out the demon. And you guys were saying like it's part of that hierarchy, and like yeah, the Quasit is a demon form, but the fiend that is possessing it, because it is actually a fiend, but it's a fiend of my patron, so it would be a devil, even though it's in a demon form, which is weird, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. It kind of sucks. I'm going to have to change the character now.
We'll retcon it. Yeah.
No, that's fine. We'll just say that it is a devil, but it's very upset what's going on and therefore acting peculiar.
Okay.
We'll just do that, and I'll replay it. I'll redo it next time. But just we're not talking about real world here. We're talking about fantasy gaming, right?
Right.
But in the
It's enough to
game,
understand.
yeah. In the system, devils are a necessary evil, I guess is how you would put it. Anyway, so you've been over at Wonderland doing this. You gain nothing out of it. Your friend is contemplating your death. Wonderful.
Fair enough.
So at the end of the day, you guys finish your revelry, and of course, you know that GOP and that Tater and damn it, Roland are over at Wonderland. So you guys kind of all roll into Wonderland, and you're all hyped up. You guys are having a good time. You come in hooting and hollering. Now, Wonderland, like I said, is a multi-purpose place. It's not just a brothel. It's a restaurant and a tavern and all those things as well. They got bathhouses too.
Winery.
Wine, yeah,
Do
Probably
they
a
have-
ton
winery
of
too.
stuff.
Do they have?
These two ladies here, Madame Kitari and of course Hini Rune, have been very good entrepreneurs and have been very successful. But you guys all end up here. You've been here before. Well, since you've been adult, you weren't here before that. But of course, you would come and visit your friends. There's two of your friends who live here, right, or three? How
I
many
live
people live here?
outside.
I live here, and Bill lives here.
And okay, and Puffin doesn't live here. Where's Puffin? Puffin, where's where's
there.
Roland?
I got like a small apartment down the street.
Okay, that makes sense. So Badger, because you guys have been here before. Nevertheless, tonight you're in a party happy mood, and to be fair, the place is full. And there are little whispering conversations going on about the problem. But you guys are in a festive mood. So you guys come in here and you're having yourselves a good time. You're having some food and some beverages. Everyone drops $20.
Okay.
Would it be okay to
Actually, I think a little bit. I share that Madame Qatari at one time was a prisoner of hags.
Well, her people
Um,
were not, maybe probably not her.
her
That's a long
people
time
were,
ago. Yeah.
but so
maybe now to mention it, maybe she might have some help ideas with hunting the hag.
Maybe.
Um, you guys give me just a minute while I go talk to her, or does anyone want to come? I might be really busy,
She's
but I'll
moving
check.
around the room as she always does, by the way. She is out here. Her main job is, chatting up the crowd.
And
She's the front of the room, right? She's the front of
She's
the
the
room.
host.
She is a hostess. Now she occasionally, if it's the right suitor, might take a client, but it's quite rare.
I will
She-
be in the corner sulking, even worse than I was earlier.
And there's a war cleric standing behind you, contemplating.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You're gonna
I'm
sulk
sharpening
with
my
me?
sword.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys are having a good time, and Bill, you could just call her over.
Oh, wait, is he sulking in the back? I'm gonna cast light on him so he glows.
Yes,
So everyone can
perfect.
see him sulking.
Yes, there's a.
I wish I had counter spells so bad.
It's a cantrip.
Okay.
I'll keep casting it.
I'll just keep watching her till we make eye contact and let her know that.
And she does, and she comes over, and as she comes, she's quite gracious as usual. And she says, the young iron. What is the group's name again?
Company.
Iron
Oh,
Company.
Jesus.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
smack him when he does that.
The young iron company. You have been doing great things for yourself. I am very proud.
and one sleepy gnome.
And one sleepy
And
gnome.
one sleepy gnome. True. Now, you guys have met her many times because literally she's kind of like another mom for Tater. And she's kind of taken on
Badger.
and Badger as well. She actually has a lot of motherly traits to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
She's a good person.
well, she's not a bad person at all. She just runs a brothel, restaurant thing.
Yeah.
But
She
nevertheless,
came to all the choir concerts.
well, to a
I
point.
didn't.
She knows
Right.
her place. Let's put it that way. But she looks at you, Badger, and she says, "You seem to have a question."
We're having a poor hunt, Auntie.
Indeed.
Got any tips? Have any tips?
To deal with the vile hags?
And to locate them.
She
They have to be near.
She looks over her shoulder and looks at one of the bartenders. It's a smaller lady, orc bartender, and she says, "Go bring me my satchel from my office, please." And the orc runs off and does that. Orc comes back with a satchel, and in that satchel, she just takes it and lays it on. She said, on the table. She says, "I expected you would be coming. Good reading."
Thank you.
She muffs your hair, and she moves over toward the sulking cantrip lit Tater in the corner.
Tater,
When he lights it, I just like wave it off with my hand, but I of course I can't do it, but
Right,
it's just
No, and you're glowing all crispy golden brown, Tater.
oh well, the thing is, if Tater smiles, I'm gonna cast light on his teeth.
Oh,
I get a
Or this
saving throw if
woman's
you
coming
try
toward
that.
him and doesn't
you do get a
smile.
same throw for that. That's true. But you guys open up the satchel, and inside of it there is a singular book, and it is written in common, and
Thank you.
and it says on the cover, "A History of the Tiefling People." And the inside it has like a forward and all kind of stuff. But you're looking through this book, and you're looking through the contents and to see where things are in the index and all that kind of stuff. And it is a basic history of the tieflings. And of course, you may or may not know this, but the more studious of you would. The tieflings are the way they are because their king made a deal. They're just a human kingdom that made a deal with demons to defeat their enemy. But of course, demons always take more than you think you're giving, right? And the demons basically transform them into tieflings and imprison them, and their masters were hags, night hags particularly.
Oh my
So they have the deepest hatred for evil things in general. Even though a lot of tieflings do kind of lean that way because they've been corrupted. Even if you find an evil tiefling, they hate demons, and specifically they hate night hags. And you guys are just kind of thumbing through it, and that's the general consensus and all these other kind of things. However, in the back, um, it has a section on wardings and concoctions. And as you guys are leafing through this and taking a look, you see there is one chapter in particular that is talking about night hags. And in there, it's talking about the creation of amulets and charms and things like this. And this, honey, is where you get the idea to do what you want to do. Okay, this is how you find the way of an artificer to be able to reproduce this and create the charms you want to do is right here. Okay.
Interesting.
So so you have the idea. This is the information you need. You will start to be able to produce them. Now, unfortunately, when it talks about tracking a hag, it is basically impossible unless you can magically wizard mark the hag. If you're capable of doing that, if you can put it it's a spell here. It's a spell that do we have any wizardly person here?
We did, but not tonight. Let's see, Wizard Mark.
I mean, we could always buy the scroll of Wizard Mark and cast it.
Yeah, you probably have to do it. Well, it's a very special scroll, so you would have to go get one made for you. I think it's a first or second level spell, GOP.
Oh, really? I see Arcane Mark. Is that it?
They changed it to what a bunch of dicks. Anyway,
Well,
okay.
I don't know if that's even it. I just see Arcane Mark
No,
5e.
it's probably it sounds like it is. Why
and it's a
change
homebrew.
Wizard Mark, which has been around for decades, into Arcane Mark?
I don't
Why?
think Wizard Mark is a 5th edition spell.
Well, whatever it is, I think it's first level spell. It's a pretty low level spell. This is a very specific one that requires access to second level spells, however. But yes, you don't have a wizard group, so you'd have to go get someone to make a scroll for you. However, if you can manage to place this mark on a night hag, it's such a spell that it would be extremely difficult for the hag to remove it, even if she knew it was on to start with. Because one of the subtleties of this spell is the fact that there is no saving throw for it.
Really?
Oh.
Can she move it onto something else?
No.
Not destroy it?
No,
Okay.
now that's not saying that she wouldn't be able to dispel or get rid of it, but if it's done in a subtle, it is in the chapter talks about this. If it's done in a subtle enough way, she might not even know it's there, because if she does, she would be able to get rid of it. Of course, it's low level magic, but it is such a subtle spell, and that's the intention of it. That if you can get it onto her without her knowing, you'll be able to track her no problem.
Interesting.
Okay.
Would anyone at the magic school know it if it's a simple spell?
Oh, you know people. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, yeah.
I bet Miss Potts would be happy to.
Here's a question.
I
Can
don't
you
know
put
if Miss
more
Pop-
than one wizard if it's like 3 people had the spell, but she sees one person casting it on her, but there's 2 other people she doesn't see casting it on. Can she be hit by multiple wizard spells?
No, of course not. But the subtlety of it is really going to be the hard part, right? Is how to get the spell onto her. Now, of course, you know people who could do this. Let me give a little bit of information as well as far as how a standard D&D town makeup looks like. Finding someone who is higher than 5th level in any town, anywhere, in any kind of campaign is rare, right? High level people are extremely rare, right? In this town, because it is a little bit special, the highest level person in this town is maybe 8th, maybe 10th level, maybe. But really, what you're going to be seeing is 1st through 5th level for pretty much anything. Like, for instance, Miss Potts. She is an educator. She's very skilled at it, and she would be considered a 1st level alchemist, right?
Really?
They're just, you guys already sitting at 3rd level. You're already more powerful and stronger than nearly everybody here. This is
Oh
how
my
these
gosh.
yeah, this is how these towns are made up. They're not full of 20th level people running around. It just isn't the reality. Like I said, the most powerful person in town, whoever that may be, it's probably the Magi Sanctum leader, is 8th, maybe 10th level. I mean, that's
But
the reality.
yeah, because most people don't live their lives, with between on the thread of life and death as an
No,
adventurer,
no, they don't.
right?
Right,
They're more sane than we are, so
right.
we're
Right?
we're on the edge,
That's true.
of
So
adrenaline
Lithian,
junkies.
Magus Lithian Xerix is probably the most powerful person in town, I would assume.
Hmm.
Oh, we don't have much of a rapport with him, but this is a dire case, and maybe we
However,
can.
you do
Yes.
have Wingwam, and he is the second or fifth strongest person in town. He is more than capable of creating this spell, by the way. He is. Miss Potts is not capable of making this
Oh,
spell. Yeah.
Now,
well,
are you going back to like the whole idea if it takes a number of weeks by the level of the spell kind of formula to
maybe that
create
just
the
happened.
scroll?
I have a connection to the web.
You do.
Let's
You all do.
go.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
No, scrolls don't take that kind of time. I'm sure they can have the scroll done in a couple of days, right? A
Let's
day,
go.
maybe. It's only like a second level spell. I don't recall what
First
the
level.
is if no this one particular is a little stronger at second level.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't think scrolls take that kind of time creating because it's a consumables. Consumables don't take a lot of time. Actual magical items do take time, right? But yeah, I like a day or two. It's not that big a deal.
That,
Um,
I mean,
wow. So is she there? Or is Katari still there? She gave us the
No,
book. We're reading.
she
Oh,
has gone over to the Tater.
uh,
okay.
Do the
And while
mashed
you contemplate it,
potato.
let's talk to the Tater. She
Yeah,
comes, she
please.
sits down, she takes your hand and holds it in, and she looks at it. She says, "Why so glum?"
aw.
I, I feel like this whole thing is my fault. Like I
Probably is.
because we had a chance to kill this thing, and I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to talk kind of quieter because I don't want to cause a scene, right, about it. But my character is pretty upset.
Well,
I had a chance to kill this thing, and I couldn't do it.
my people have a long and deep understanding of evil. These things are not easy to kill. Try again.
I don't even know where to start. I tried. And
She
he's yeah,
she
thinking.
guides her eyes over toward your friends, and she said, "They might."
Right.
Maybe
Hmm.
if you had more confidence in your company and less put less stress on yourself, you might get things done faster. Just a thought.
I don't know if I could live with myself if somebody died because we messed up. And and
Buddy,
this
let,
is
let me put it to you this way. People are already dying. It's not a fact if people are going to, it's that we have to react to the fact of what's going on here. It's
He is
not our fault that she showed up.
he is
Mhm.
correct. You
No, he is
he
correct.
is here with you. So I mean,
Yeah. No, I know. Out of character, I know.
yeah.
My
So
character is got pride issues. That's his whole.
I get it.
Yeah,
You are the Tater.
that's why I made his
So
teeth
why
glow.
don't you go over to your friends, and she looks up at you as well, cleric, and try to fix this.
I give her a silent, thankful nod, and I go and walk over to my friends.
She leans in, kisses you on your forehead, and kind of touches you on your shoulder as you stand, and she gently pushes you that direction. You, cleric, she gives a wry smile to.
I
I'm
will
seeing.
curtsy.
Curtsy?
Just because everyone else has been acting silly and they all need a laugh.
So I'm making a large gesture saying, okay, so we get a box, we put the stick under it, and we put under this little like a slice of cake, probably chocolate cake. It's so good. And then we put the scroll underneath it. Okay? And when she shows up, what? You think you can do the box with the stick?
I immediately turn back around to go back to sulk. No, just kidding.
Well,
And I announce,
No,
well, look who's here, Mr.
Yeah,
Sulky in the corner.
Tater!
you'll be happy to know I didn't have to cut his head off. I'm a
oh,
Good.
that's good. Hey, Tater,
didn't
look at
know.
this book that that Kitari wrote. And I'll slide it over to him.
well,
She
she
wrote
didn't
it.
write
She
it.
He
she
write it?
handed it to you.
You
Probably
don't
have
know
to give
that.
it back to.
You do know that the forward talks about person who wrote it, and it was about 330 years ago.
Well,
We have
Tater
one
doesn't
third of
know
the
that.
plan.
Okay,
Right.
That's fine. Yeah.
Fair enough. I go and peruse the book.
Peter
Um,
doesn't know.
I'm assuming they point to the important parts.
They do, and of course they didn't read the whole thing. They're going through and looking for what was pertinent to them. And they're like I said, there's a charm that could be made that can ward off night hags, which our artificer is deeply interested in and is going to start producing those. And she already has a shop going, so there's already medium to do that in, and that, of course, is Lysaea Sundu here. This halfling that is really convinced that she's a half elf. So
You're just waiting for her growth spurt.
yeah, just waiting. She's just waiting for her growth spurt.
Someone get this chick a potion of enlarged person.
Yeah, maybe that would help. That would be nice, or the spell. That would be cool. Of course,
Oh,
she's
we could get an
absolutely
enchanted
jealous of her
item.
sister secretly in her deep part of her heart because the boys never pay attention to her. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you standing there. What's up?
Exactly,
Hey,
precisely.
get out of my
Uh-huh.
sunshine. Causing
Uh,
shade.
now I'm just for fun. Now, lady, you are a gnome, right? And you're well aware of the situation with Lithi Sundu, the mother. She picks up strays all the time. It's her thing, and there are other mothers like that on the Sundu homestead. And you've been, of course, around Honey's character since you guys were little. And she's got this persistent thing that she's a half elf. And what is your take on it? Let it be, or are we going to try to vanquish this thought from her head?
Always, I don't deny her wishes. Who knows? They may
Identify as a
come
half
true. But
Oh,
okay,
no.
whatever. And she,
As a
but
full-blooded
she
elf,
tries to empower her of who she is.
There you go.
As-
There you go.
as a full-blooded elf, I'm sickened that people would want to be half elves.
Oh, that's true. You would be. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. But you
Mhm.
keep that to yourself. You keep that
Yep.
to yourself.
Yeah, because half the party is half elves.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Well, half the damn
Yeah.
town is half elf, to be honest with you. Well, no,
I
because
mean, we do have them. I mean, elves
He
do
likes
have-
half of them half as much as they deserve. Right?
well,
Yeah,
one of the
exactly.
things that happened in this place, as far as the permanent inhabitants, right, is when they came over. Of course, this is a frontier. This is a violent, dangerous place. The natives, the savages, are real. And the only instant friends that they had were the Thisian kingdom, which is mainly elves. They have other groups in there too, but it's mostly elves. So the interaction between which is mostly humans, right, coming over
Right.
was, well, these are our friends. These are the people we work together. So there was a lot of, you know,
A lot of
that
people
going
getting in.
on. So this is
Yeah.
mainly
A lot
a
of-
half elf town. Yeah.
A lot of friendly relations.
A lot of friendly
It's-
relations, and no one has a problem with it here. However, the elves are elves. They are haughty.
Yep. Indeed.
Oh, it's haughty.
They are haughty. But nevertheless, you guys have a little bit of a plan of action. So Honey's going to do her thing, and all
Yeah.
of the cost in that, Honey, is part of the process we've been doing. Okay. So
Oh,
every
cool.
week, like next week, you will not gain money, nor will you lose money. Okay. So you will
Oh,
break
break
even for
even.
the first time next week, although it will be 20% bonus, which I have promised. Therefore, you will make a little bit of money. So you're going to go into production, and you're probably, Honey, you need to do a couple of little role playing things here to get some help to kind of try to pick up production. So
Right.
you need some help. Can't normally you just do it yourself and it's good enough, but this is an endeavor, right?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
need to think about asking for some help. So as far as role playing, please do that. But other than that, you guys need to have this spell made. So how we want to go about doing it?
Well,
Well,
it's evening now,
It
correct?
is. It
Is it?
is. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can go on patrol tonight, and then in the morning go see Wigwam. Or do you think we could get in this evening if we
Hey,
announce
it's
ourselves?
not that late.
Well,
right.
then let's finish our drinks and head over.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say it's probably
It's
about 8.
priorities.
Half of a plan. All right.
Okay.
Oh,
So
as a part of. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say as part of me thanking Puffin's character for not killing me as soon as I showed him my, my patron. For his alcoholic beverage, I will put. I'll use prestidigitation because I always do this with my beverages, but I'll use prestidigitation to make it taste like the most top shelf best thing he's ever had.
Oh, well, to be fair, Wonderland's not cheap, right?
True, but I usually order
Use
cheap drinks.
prestidigitation on my water. Make it taste good.
Right, I can actually. I can make it taste like whatever you want. But yeah, that's. I always do that with my own drinks. I'll get something cheap and then I'll, do that.
Like
Magic.
water. Drink my-
Well, keep in mind, you guys just spent $20 each, which for
Yeah.
this place is pretty high end, right? Where you could have got it going somewhere cheaper and paid 5,
Yeah.
right? So, but whatever. You guys head over to Wigwam's Magical Arts. Now, of course, there is this kind of vigil going on with the people there as far as Miss Potts, but the past week she's been fine. But of course, they are, you know, keeping an eye on her, and she's in a bit of a sulk herself. But Wigwam is, of course, there. He's present because he's involved in that vigil. And he sees you come in, and he's like, "Oh, welcome, adventurers. What can I do for you tonight?"
We have some good news, we think. A lead on that night hag. Possibly.
Ah,
And we're hoping you can help us.
of course.
Well, this is
It,
what we've discovered. And
yes.
we'll relay to him the prescription of the scroll, the other options or the other things we're working on, and what kind of counsel can you give us as far as using the scroll, the charms, if he has any way to help with speed up production, those kinds of things with automation. If you have, like the sorcerer and the brooms.
I was gonna say.
Well, he says, well, Lisay would be the person who is certainly on top of such things, but I could be of some assistance. I could certainly make this scroll. It's very interesting. I've actually never read this book. You'll have to let me borrow it after you're done with it.
I will ask Canty. I'll ask permission. There we go.
Oh, there you go. But he said he can get on that in the morning, making the scroll, and you'll certainly have it by the evening of tomorrow. He can certainly do that. It seems pretty straightforward. As far as the crafting thing, because you're here with him, Julia's in her bedchambers. He says, to be honest with you, as he kind of leans in, whispering a little bit. Julia would be very helpful in creating those charms. As a matter of fact, we should try to make one right now. That's not something that takes very long. That's a pretty simple thing. But she would be very good at helping with that kind of stuff. And honestly, she could use the work.
I think we could some accomplishing some good deeds would help with her demeanor.
Recovery.
He nods his head. He said, "Let's go talk to her." And he, as usual, he's kind of bubbling. He's bubbly, and he stands up and he starts walking toward her bedchambers, urging you all to follow. You knock on the door, and then you knock again, and she finally says, "Yes."
Julia,
Julia!
you have,
Miss
you have
Potts.
visitors.
Kate,
Yeah.
got you some flowers.
So
She comes to the door and opens it. She is she's not indecent, but she is in pajama type of things, a
I, s-
nightgown, and
I step to the side and gesture at Honey.
she lets you all in.
Okay.
She sits on the edge of her bed quietly. Now, her bed chambers are not necessarily what the average person would think. It's not a bedroom, right? Of course, there is a bed here, but there's also settees and desks and a little mini workshop. It's almost like an apartment, really.
She stuck a bed in the.
Right. I mean, that's how things used to be. These days, we put ourselves into very little holes. Or what we do. I mean, if you go back and look at some of the ancient architecture of even the peasants, they had way more space than we do.
Isn't that?
Isn't that weird? Yeah. But
There's a lot more people taking up more room.
fine.
Mhm.
Blame it on the people, won't you, there, Bill?
Hey, if I want more room, I got to get rid of the people in the way.
All right.
I'm on it, so don't worry.
You get on it.
You can
Yeah.
just
Call
turn them into a
college.
wall.
So,
So-
who's going to talk to her?
Oh.
Me, I was her favorite, of course.
Oh, are you her favorite? Okay.
Yes. I go up
So
and I
you're
said,
kind
crawl up on the bed, this little 2 foot person or two
You
and a half
guys
foot.
look sideways
like
to each
sit
other.
beside her.
You know that she's not her favorite.
That's
Oh,
true.
I'm not her favorite.
No, you're not. Yeah. It's definitely
But no
Tater.
one's going to tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
it's
It's definitely
who?
Tater. It's
It's
definitely
me?
Tater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's Tater's favorite too.
It's true. Anyway, you go jump on the bed and next to her lady. Go ahead.
And like take her hand, goes, we really, 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 really need your help.
This is why you're not the favorite. Anyway,
I'm
she
nobody's
says,
favorite, not even
no,
my
I'm
mama's.
just joking with her. Joking with you. She
Yeah.
says, Brina, what can I help you with?
Amulets and charms. We found a way to, if we get it right, we can track the you-know-who that everybody's looking for.
She becomes a bit sheepish at that. And she says that, well, I do know how to make these things. I am an alchemist after all.
Of course.
Which an alchemist is just basically, in this world, honey, an alchemist is just the NPC version of an artificer. Right?
Okay.
Can I?
So then, perhaps you can help my sister. She's anxious, but she's also a little nervous about trying
Why does she keep on
as many.
popping in and out? Does
Yeah,
she pop
she's
in and out for the
robotic.
rest? Yeah,
Oh no,
okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're just, it's not finished. It's not allowing the last syllable to land. She says, well, do you have a formula? She looks at you, honey.
So, yes, I've been working on it since I first saw a little notebook with all that notes and things out.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Girls, could you drop out and come back in, please?
Absolutely.
Just wait for them to do that. Usually, it fixes it. So.
Sensitivity is not set
Is
up
that
right.
helping, or should I shut down Discord altogether?
You sound
No,
better
it's
now.
helping.
Sounds better now.
Is it really? Oh, thank goodness.
Okay, so I hold up my little notebook. Everyone's been so stressed and anxious for so long that to think that I could be have a real part in helping bring peace back to town. I feel both very sad for my friends grief, and I'm like, I don't even understand I may not even be able to understand what the pain she's going through, but I know I'm very happy I had an opportunity to affect real change to bring justice and peace back to the village. So with a lot of excitement, I hold up a book that I've been painstakingly copying down all the notes and everything I could find about the for the hag's amulet, the anti-hag charm, and I did as much research as I could between here and there. I need where to find the ingredients and everything. And I handed to her, excited and a little nervous because anytime she's a professor, I'm a student, and I just like, I hope I didn't screw this up. I really hope I don't, that my stuff isn't dumb, but here it is.
Okay.
List
Well,
all your sources. You know.
right. Well, no, she takes a look at it and she says, it's interesting. It's actually a very easy charm.
Oh, that's
And
relief.
she says, well, let's try. So she goes over to her little workspace she has in here. There is another
I lay
slate.
down on the bed.
Of course you do. And you go over and you help her, honey. And you guys work on that. And Wigwam actually offers and runs. He's kind of run back and forth getting supplies and stuff that are necessary that aren't in this room. The rest of you guys just kind of sit and watch. And
I sleep.
well, or not. This is going to take a couple of hours as these three work together.
Oh,
Would the rest of you just go to sit here, or do you want to go do something else, or what have you?
well, I wouldn't mind going out and skulking about, trolling, seeing if there's anyone who is being afflicted that we could help if we come across something. Just the regular old Batman and Robin tour around
patrol, sure.
Gotham kind of
That's
thing.
fine. All right, so
Yeah.
Badger's going to go on patrol. Who's going with Badger? Who's staying here or doing something else?
Roland, come on.
Are there any other items or anything that you might need to help this along?
No. The three of them have it handled.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, Rune, Roland,
It's not something your character would understand at all anyway.
My character wants to
It's all
stay
Greek to you.
around here, but he kind of also wants to be useful, so he's gonna go join Badger.
Okay.
Well,
Lady,
if
Okay, how exhausted is she? She's been winding down now.
oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're already asleep, snoring actually
Okay.
quite loudly.
No, I don't snore.
No, yes, you do. Yeah, absolutely. That's canon.
I want to roll on
canon.
that.
But it's like
like
a
a bear.
high-pitched, squeaky snore.
Yeah.
like a hibernating bear. Oh,
It's like that.
oh my goodness.
All right.
Amy, you were saying?
oh, well, if there's some chance of danger, I suppose I'll do more good being along helping someone, or if anyone's ill, I might be able to help them too.
Sure.
Probably get hurt.
You what? All right. So
Or get hurt.
you're
Okay, go ahead.
sleeping. We got Amy and Bill. Well, how about GOP is going, and what about you, Puffin?
He is muted.
I know he's
so I don't
muted.
know if he's here. Well, I sometimes will say that just in case they don't know that they're still muted. You know, it happens.
Okay,
That's
we'll
true.
just
She's
say
just
that
my-
he's going to guard the door. So he's going to
Say my sister goes with us too, just in case.
Well, yeah, in case she shows up, but
Yeah.
in all honesty, she's not here, so let's just leave her here. The two of
Okay.
them will kind of be part of the vigil. So we got Badger, Amy, and GOP. All right. So you guys go out in the town, and you're doing vigil. Of course, the guard is moving around as well, and there are little town militia groups that are doing so too. Everyone is on edge. Everyone's trying to pay attention. Problem is that you can't cover everywhere, and the hag can see everything and do as it likes. So this is a problem. But anyway, you guys are going around, and you've been doing, kind of patrolling around the place for a couple of hours, and you walk past the Sally's kitchen, and Sally's sitting out on this on the front porch of her place. She waves to you as you're going by. And she says that been working all night.
Oh, yeah. Been so busy. How are you doing, Sally?
She says, now this is a halfling lady, right? And
Mhm.
she says, oh, it is what it is. Would you like some drinks? On the house.
I'm afraid not. I'm afraid
good.
not, Sally. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Tater. You
We
can't
can
stay out of trouble, can you?
I wouldn't.
we can
mind
go
some
stop there
tea.
for a minute. I mean, I'll just drink some water, but
Maybe some tea.
if you
Sure,
have
sure.
some.
She's not necessarily saying alcohol.
Yeah.
She's just offering. You're working for the town, so she's offering to parch your thirst.
I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Have you noticed if there's any trouble in this area? I'm sure you know what we're out here looking for.
Well, old Boxton was hit the other night, and of course he's right across the street.
Oh dear.
How have you been? You felt any presence? Anything spooky?
No, but then again, everyone's seeing every shadow move.
I suppose that's true.
Well,
Well,
I don't think she
just
really works like that, but I understand.
As you're sitting here, and she just kind of goes in and brings out drinks for you guys, like tea, um, some iced tea. She brings out to you.
Ooh,
And
lovely.
she's just chatting with you as you're doing, and you guys off in the distance. It is a bit far away from where you are. You can't necessarily judge the distance, but you can hear a scream
Oh
to
no.
the west.
Uh,
Thank you for the
what?
tea, Sally.
Yep. We'll talk to you later. And we go.
protection from evil, Irene.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Rogue's trying to get lucky again.
Well, yeah, but I
No.
mean, you know, maybe you should wait until combat, Bill. Um, uh, but I mean, because you don't know what you're going to run into, but you can do as you like. But you guys run over. You see several guard and militia groups moving in the same direction. Like I said, the streets are quite full of people.
Right.
And you head over to the area where it's coming from, and it's down in the street that has a lot of the fresh grocers on it.
Oh,
And everyone, by the time you get there, there's already several people there, and there's some right next to you as well. And you see that it's in front of the fresh grocer itself, and/or Timber's place, and um, Andor himself is outside, and he's holding one of his children. Of
Oh
course, we'll
no.
say it's a like a 10-year-old girl. And she's very pale, very sweaty. And he said, it happened it happened so suddenly. I was right next to her.
poor baby.
Didn't
Oh
see anything,
no.
he said. Of course, people go into the
Um.
house and they're looking around, and of course, there's nothing to be found.
Give the child aid.
Yeah. By the way, Puffin, you were gone. We kind of split the party. So, if you want to come with us, I would. Well, if this Chester says it's cool.
Which
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
which group's doing what?
Well, you'd probably be with this group.
Yeah.
Skull Ripper is guarding the door back at the Magical Arts as they prepare a charm. You'd probably be with them.
All right.
So you guys are sitting here. Everyone's talking to Andor, and of course, people are coming in trying to help. You guys have been seeing this and have dealt with it directly. There's nothing really to be done. The child is just very weak. Now, being a child, 2 hits from this thing will kill it, right? So that is a big worry because so far every night there's been anywhere from 1 to 3 people struck. By the way, it's not just singular attacks, but there haven't been any repeat attacks yet. Therefore, no one has died yet. But this little girl is certainly not going to be in good shape. 5 hit points off of a 10-year-old kid, she's barely alive, right? So as you guys are watching this unfold, because there's already a bunch of people here talking to Andor, and you guys don't know him particularly anyway. Give me a perception rolls, please.
Yes.
All right.
Perception is which skill?
Perception is going to be your wisdom.
Okay.
And then if you have proficiency in it, you add the proficiency.
Yeah, but
If you have it.
this is your
Nope.
passive, which actually that's my job, isn't it? I do
Oh,
apologize.
passive perception?
Yeah, what is your passive perception? Everyone, tell me what your
14.
passive perception is.
Let me see. I forget. How do you calculate passive? I'm trying
It's
to remember.
10 plus
10
your
plus.
modifier.
10 plus your modifier? Okay. Then I have a 14.
Okay.
14.
12, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay.
16.
16, Puffin.
14.
Okay, Badger.
Yeah.
You're all sitting here listening to Andrew. He's very upset. Obviously, he's he's one of the, he's a very friendly, nice, happy, good guy in town. His whole family is the Timber family. They're part of the Farming Collective, right? And Badger, as everyone's kind of focusing on this, horrific scene, you notice something out of the side of your left eye. There's something
Turn
that
my
shouldn't be there. What do you want to do?
turn my head.
So you go look. Okay. You look over and you see sitting on the top of a building, looking right at your group. Not anything else. There's a lot of people here. There's a commotion, right? But looking right at you, you see this.
A strange elf.
A strange
Oh,
elf.
she's got her new pet.
Looks like a vampire.
Okay. Well, we didn't see it, right? He was the only one who had enough
No, he
passive.
sees it and he looks over at it. And and of course, therefore, it locks eyes with you directly. And
I'll
it
draw my
clearly
bow
has
and
ill
say,
intent.
"Friend." It clearly has ill intent, and I'll draw and fire. Foe!
Whoa.
I'll yell.
Really? Okay. I just see you firing your bow randomly. I'm like, what are you doing?
I yell
Initiative, Bill.
foe.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Initiative, Bill.
Okay. You said it clearly has ill intent, right? So,
Oh, it looks like it wants you dead. It has murderous intent in its eye as it looks at you. Yes.
oh wait.
Just roll initiative. Just straight initiative.
I am 14.
Okay.
Oh, we're all rolling initiative, or
Nope,
just him?
you are not.
Just him. Okay.
Okay. It is faster than you, and it literally just kind of rolls behind the side of the building, out of sight.
Do I let my arrow fly or no?
There's no reason to.
Okay. I said there is a foe about. A black
What?
swarthy elf, which means dark hair and dark eyes.
Yes, swarthy.
Mm-hmm. But then I guess we go after it. Where'd it go?
It's a pejorative created for them Italian types.
Well, yeah. Also the whatever. So, he was looking at me with murderous eyes on the chimney across. Then I point. Well, I mean, where my bow is pointed.
Well,
on yonder roof.
If only one of us could climb up to the roof, or could reach the roof.
Yes, I'll run up there right by myself against the dark mage.
I'll be following you. Well, we don't know what he is.
I'm sure I
But
know
I
what
can't-
he is. He's foul. Because I'm cocky. All right. We'll move. Let's find this.
I'll go.
Show
running-
yourself, coward.
I'll go running.
Attacker of children and defenseless.
Oh.
You are
Do you
foul
suppose-
fiend.
So, Bill, I'm assuming you do climb up to that area now that you have your group with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have. Yeah, and with weapon drawn,
Now-
still an arrow knocked.
With the slippers on, without the slippers, you could do it pretty easily anyway. I mean, this is what you're built for. But with the slippers on, it's literally like walking for you, right? So you're just up there instantly. And of course, as you get to the point of view where you can see around the corner where he went, there's nothing.
Right.
What do you guys
Did
do?
you-
Go to the other side of the. See where he could have run off to.
I know
So
what you're doing.
what
I'm
kind of-
talking about these guys.
Yeah. Well,
what kind of light do we have though with the moon? Sorry to interrupt you there.
Well, is there a full moon? Sure, why not? There's plenty of
I
light.
said-
The town's is lit anyway. So
most of us
Okay.
have dark vision, regardless. So.
right, but I mean, especially now, lights are are on. It's probably
Yeah.
around 9 o'clock at night, 9:30. But this place is well lit up. Anyway,
Yeah.
GOP, tell me what you're doing.
I would have run around the backside of the building since I don't really have that kind of climb speed, and just to like get a vantage point from behind view around the chimney. And of course, I wouldn't see anything, but I'm just looking around to see if I spot anyone.
Okay. What are you doing, Amy?
Do I sense any darkness or any evil? Something here that would suggest on another level that there was something here that was
Well, you
dark or
weren't
something to
looking
do
in that
with
direction, so but now that you turn and are moving, there's nothing going off immediately. No.
Okay, well, that's strange. If he says he saw something, if it might have been related to the hag or anything who would have hurt the children, then of course we're going to investigate.
Okay.
But maybe even if it's not evil itself, he might have seen something.
So you're moving around the building with Tater.
I think so. If that's probably around that way, but I don't quite have a visual for how this is laid out. But yeah,
All
I
right.
think
Well,
I'd
let me
be.
do that then. You guys are sitting on a main street. You're in front of the grocer, and
Okay.
he's climbed a building that is sitting on a corner. There's another a road, more like an alley, that goes between, and it will connect to the street on the other side eventually. But it's more in a more narrow alley that you and GOP find yourself in. As you guys are moving along. Now, you see Badger on the roof, and he's crossed the entire roof of the building now, and he's on the other side looking. You guys get to this other little alleyway crossing of the that's going underneath of where he's standing. So we're in the alleyways now, which are pretty narrow in this place, because, like I said, the past 20 years, this place is really built up and packed in, right? So you're
Yeah.
not on a main road. You're in an alleyway. Puffin, what do you do?
Well, what can I do? Like, what do I think would be the
You could
best
stay
plan of
where you
attack?
are. You could move with the group, or you could go somewhere else.
I'm gonna try to go to like the building beside wherever he saw this thing to make sure it hasn't like isn't jumping across the rooftops and is just leaving him in the dust.
So you're going to stay on the main street and move along down the road. Okay,
Right.
no problem. Everyone, give me perception rolls.
All right.
Oof, nope, 9. Oh
Ooh,
no,
Puffin.
Puffin!
Fail.
Oh wow, they're all horrible. We're getting karma for those natural 20s earlier.
You are. Yeah.
I didn't even roll one. I failed every roll tonight.
Oh.
Well, I'm assuming where we are, we're probably going to have a combat. I
Bill.
just feel it.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Good.
Oh my god!
gracious. Wow.
Befuddled.
I got 2 critical failures.
We're blind.
It's still a
You are
6.
looking on top of the buildings as you go down the main street heading west, because these guys are heading north up the alley, Puffin. And you're not paying attention. You're looking up, trying to look for the problem, and you lose your footing and your face first into the paved brick road. It hurts.
I thought you were going to say horse manure.
No. It hurts. It absolutely hurts. But I'm not going to take any damage from you for it. But you are prone. All right, Bill. You got those
Okay.
slippers on, so you're not actually going to fall off of the roof, but you almost do.
Okay.
You guys see nothing whatsoever. Therefore, let me see here. What do I got?
Devil Flyer. He's saying hi
I
to
have
you, Chester.
Amy, I have Bill, I have Puffin, and I have GOP. All right.
Do a D4. We're going to get attacked. Here we
Well,
I
the
better
one who's
my inner
most clearly open is Bill. So I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to do an attack on Bill. But because
Sitting on the
Puffin went
roof.
well, hold on a second. Because Puffin went the wrong way, even though he's prone, he shan't get the attack. The other 3 of you will get attacks. All right. So first thing coming at you, Bill.
I think this is the first time a mistake has actually prevented me from taking damage.
Ooh.
That's a 20, Bill. And because you would be
20.
prone-ish anyway, not prone, but but I think I hit you nevertheless.
Oh yeah, 'cause my armor class is leather, so
Oh, right. Okay.
with dexterity is I don't know, I guess 15 at the moment.
All right. You get hit with a barrage of magic missiles, which I didn't even know. What am I doing? I didn't even make a roll. What a waste. Um, you get hit with magic missiles. Well, how are they mechanically doing that now?
They
I
automatically
think
hit and do a
I know they
D4
hit,
damage.
but what's the damage they're doing for those now?
D4.
It's like 44 plus 4 or something like that, isn't it?
It's a D4
plus one
per.
per missile. Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean it's
And you get
44
so many
plus 4, right?
missiles.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think that's how they're doing it now. So let's see here.
Oh. Magic missile.
All right. So these you're kind of trying to keep your footing because you're very excited about the situation. You want to deal with it. You kind of and you roll a critical failure. So you're kind of take yourself out of combat. Everyone's going to have to re-roll now. But that's okay. It probably might work out to benefit you anyway. But you see these green eldritch bolts just come out of nowhere from in front of you, and they just slam into you. All of them look like little uh, chittering demonic insects. The visual of them as they hit you and they bite into you. Am I correct on the damage, GOP?
Yeah.
I think it's
Indeed.
44 plus 4, right?
Yeah.
Three darts. So remove one of the darts.
Oh,
All right, let me redo it.
It is 3 darts plus 1 force damage. So for each. So
Okay, so it's 3d4 plus 3.
yes,
All right.
unless you upcast it. But
All right, you take 8 points of damage as these green insect-like, demonic insect ethereal bolts blast into you.
once my body jerks around, I take
Absolutely.
I'm at
Um,
I was at 17, so I'm at 9 hit points. That hit me really good.
Down on the ground, Amy.
Yes.
Uh-oh, the GM's plotting.
The GM is plotting. Yes.
mm-hmm.
We're not gonna make it.
We're all.
You see a small ball of black fire come at you and miss and hit the building beside, and it instantly starts a fire on the side of the building, even though that is stone. It is burning on the stone, right? It misses you though. And then GOP, you're running along with her. She's by your side. Tater, you have all of a sudden that guy that he saw, which you haven't seen yet, he just appears in front of you.
Surprise!
Found him.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Hey, a
He
guy
upswings
was
at you
there.
as he appears, misses, and then comes across with a second attack and misses. But
Okay.
you're startled and taken aback because he's like out of nowhere, right?
Boom.
But you're able to dodge his attack, so very good. And then the visual here, let me go ahead and bring it up. You see, this is the guy you saw, but basically, you see him, you see this guy on the roof, and then coming in behind the guy who just attacked you with a sword, you see this. You are facing these 3 individuals. Now they're in full, you can see them now.
Are these tieflings?
One of those looks female,
Well,
She
2
is.
of them look tiefling.
and they're tieflings. Why are they serving a hag? Oh, they might have got marked.
Slaves.
They might have got
Slaves.
Yeah.
They done got.
But
Okay.
we can kind of get into those conversations later. But over the past week, you guys have learned a lot about night hags, probably more than you wanted to know. And you know that those soul bags that they carry minions in, they can only carry one.
It means there's 3 hags at least.
But these three
Well, she did.
individuals look absolutely possessed. I
Well,
chose the one in the
remember,
middle because it's a cool picture, but just assume his eyes are red as well.
remember, she said my coven's gonna get you.
She did.
So that means she's got sisters.
She does.
Is there any way you can talk to them?
No,
Oh,
I mean
their
you can as they're
souls have
cutting you down.
literally been taken.
Oh, poor
Yeah.
things.
Poor things, because we don't know who these
Mercy
people
killing.
were.
Wham.
And you do know there's not a lot of tieflings running around this town. Matter of fact, you only know of one, although you do see a few come through occasionally as far as adventurer explorer types. But there's only one real permanent tiefling in town, and of course that's at Wonderland, right?
Yeah, that's
Would
Tater's mom.
they be like, maybe 2% of the population, something like of
They're
that
very low.
nature, just in general?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
very, very low. They're a small group of
Less than
they're
one.
cursed humans, is what they are. Nevertheless,
Okay.
you have this problem in front of you. Initiative, please.
Okay.
I'll just. Let's see.
Yeah.
Go.
Nope.
Oh boy.
I don't get up off that ground for nothing. 2 ones in a row.
19.
I think there's. Where is it?
That was good roll, Bill.
23.
All
Do I
right.
have it?
These guys are radically
do.
fast, and it shocks you how fast they are, actually. But they're going first now. Let's deal with Puffin first, because he's not even in the combat. He's on a different street down the road, face down. He tries to get up, and he does find the horse manure this time.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So your hand
Dang it.
is fully engulfed in a warm tapping. Unfortunately, the horse just passed by a few minutes before.
Prestidigitation, please.
Clean it.
Clean it.
But there's no. You're not doing anything that would cause you harm. I suppose I could sprain something.
No, come on. I've already taken manure and a crutch to the face.
This is true. This is true.
Gotta
This
go
is true.
full Nordberg.
But that does suck. 2 crits in a row. 3, you instantly die. Just know that.
Okay, that's fine.
Lightning from the heavens.
You had no
If I
longer
instantly
needed
die,
in this reality.
does my next character come back at a higher level?
No, no.
Oh,
No, you just get bamfed.
Might
I
as
don't, get, I
well.
don't get XP for my dead character? That's some crap.
Yeah.
All
That's what you get for critically failing 3 times in a row.
You can't blame me for the dice stack of it.
I can. That's why they can
And
be
he-
flung
and he
across
will.
rooms, sir.
All right.
All right. Anyway, back to the fight. These guys definitely go first. This guy leans in to you, GOP. I'll just do it across the board with these 3 here. And he's going to do the same thing before, but you see him enter a rage. And you've seen it before because one of your party members has that ability.
He's a barbarian.
This
It's
is
nice knowing you.
gonna end really well. Oh, well,
Ooh.
no.
So he does the same thing. He's got 2 attacks around with his sword, his long sword. And he tries to thrust at you. And once again, you're just dodging. You're dodging crazy, right? You're just trying to stay alive.
That one hits.
But the second one, he kind of rolls his wrist over and just kind of bangs the sword down with a downward strike, and he hits you strong with this one.
Okay.
And let's see here. Okay. You take 9 points of damage from this heavy hit,
All right.
and give me a Constitution roll, Fortitude roll. Over. They don't do Fortitude anymore, do they? Just
No.
They do
Constitution
not.
roll.
I would, yeah. Okay, let me, so my con is, let me just make sure. I know it's not great, but, oh, that's not my
Yeah,
con.
they really don't do any of that kind of stuff anymore.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it's all right.
My con
Good
is
enough.
a +1.
It's totally
so here we
alright.
go. 20,
It's drama. It's drama.
12.
Okay. This sword had a poison upon it, and it's only one strike, but you've got the strike. So this poison is effective, and you take 1d4 points of damage for 1d4 rounds. So let me go ahead and roll, see how many rounds of poison you get. Just one. So you're just getting this round. And the
Okay.
damage, you take
4.
you take 4
So
points of poison damage. It makes
13.
you feel ill and nauseous, but the poison doesn't actually have any mechanical effect beyond that.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So what's your health looking like?
I'm at 14 points.
Okay. But this guy definitely lays into you. Next, I'll do the male wizard, and he's going to cast. He casts. Let's see what he does. You see him. He actually has a ring upon his finger, and he's sitting on the roof across from you, Bill. He has a ring on his finger. You can see it because the ring kind of grows and it disappears. It is a consumable item. But you have this basically coming, it's growing and coming at you. You have this, well, massive black tentacles.
I'm beginning to see a pattern here.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm supposed to put +1 in that. It's a 14, not a 13. But that doesn't hit you. Okay.
No.
However, the black tentacles land behind you on the roof, and they are still active. All right, not
Okay.
this round, but that is a concern. Do not forget it. Okay. Then
Swoopity.
on the ground, Amy, you see this lady who is behind the sword fighter, and this woman. Oh, by the way, your evil thing's going off like mad.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So, wow.
And this creature, this female, really irritates you. You don't know why, but she's irritating the hell out of you. And she just kind of smiles and spits out of her mouth a bunch more of these green chitinous. No, hers would be different. They're like this black, red veined rats. And she
Ew.
spits them out of her mouth at you. And
Oh,
yeah, no, it's not nice. These is the magic missiles, so she just hits you directly.
oh my
Bet she's
goodness.
fun in parties.
No, don't go spitting rats at people.
You take 8 points of damage as these rats come and bite into you and then disappear.
What in the... Okay, my opinion of her is not improved, although this entire situation is just
Well,
I
terrible.
you
love
don't
her
like
objective.
evil anyway, although you can tolerate it, obviously, Tater, and what he's doing because he is tainted by it. But this
Right.
lady really needs killing, as far as you're concerned. This is pure evil in your
So,
that one particular. You don't know why,
she might have
but
said,
she's
yeah,
she's bugging you. All right, so
yeah.
that was my
Maybe.
round, and you're not all dead yet. So I'd say that's lucky. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
definitely dead.
Who is first then?
23. All right. Well, then I'm going to take a sneak. Use a sneak attack to hit the barbarian that's hacking at
Yeah, just to give you a
Tater.
visual, they're in an alleyway below you, and now keep in mind you're sitting on a building, the main road where you can't see, but Puffin is face down in manure. That is an
No,
east
my
to
hand was
west.
in manure.
Your hand was in maneuver. But that's an east to west road. They're in a north to south alleyway that is right next to your building down below. You see that, of course, GOP and Amy are shoulder to shoulder. It's pretty tight, so there's not much extra room for them beyond that. They are engaging this swordsman who's in front of them. This tiefling witch is behind, and on the rooftop in front of you is, as I'm showing with the visual, is the male tiefling, and he is, of course, casting spells at you, and you do have a black tentacle mass next to you.
Okay.
That's a gnarly spell.
It is
Focus
a gnarly
fire.
spell, yeah, but it's a consumable. It's not. He didn't actually cast it. I used to.
It's also very flavorful. Well done.
Bill?
Yeah, I'm debating. So how far is she from? She's in the alley.
She is. She's probably about 15 feet or so behind the berserker.
Okay, the berserker is currently engaged with
With
the
both
warlock.
GOP and Amy. Yeah.
Okay, and now if I were to run like across, would I be able to make it to? I could jump to the other roof where the spellcaster is.
You could. Yeah, you certainly could. You just need to give me an athletics roll.
Okay, or acrobatics would be fine. With spider
Sure.
climb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no,
But
it'd
now
be athletics or acrobat. Yeah.
Okay, now I could fire an arrow, do my move action cross, and then use my bonus action to get out of the spellcaster's view with hide. Some like another side of the roof, or hang underneath the roof's ledge or something.
Well, there's a chimney there.
But what I was thinking too is if I could get on a corner where I could be able to snipe at the people in the alleyway and be out of the way of his view. So be able to snipe at the two in the alley and hide from them, around the corner, if that makes sense.
Well,
but at the same time,
a position to do that. You could hide from the wizard, or the that you're dealing with.
Okay.
Well, we don't know who he is, but
I'm going to take a shot at the berserker first, and use the advantage that I have here.
It is in melee with me. That is true.
Yeah.
And you are up high, and yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just getting the dice set up. It just takes a moment for me. Okay. So I'll take the 25 to hit.
Sure. Which hits?
Okay. And then it is 3d6 plus 4. Okay, so 13 damage to him.
Okay.
All right.
So
and then
the shot goes right deep into the top of his shoulder, and he winces. Well, no, he's berserking. He didn't even notice it.
And then do the cunning action that we resolved would be the result. Hanging upside down from the roof with the spider feet, so that I'm below the mage.
Yeah, that you can get out of his view, but the other two you can't. Well, actually, you can get out of the view of the witch as well. You can't get out of the view of the berserker, but he is focusing on something else.
Okay, then I'll do that because I'm trying to get out of being from.
Roll. I get what you're trying to do. Give me acrobatics.
Oh yeah, acrobatics. Okay, yeah, you bet. So acrobatics is also at a 7. So that's a 19.
Very nice. So you basically jump in the air, spin, and plant your feet firmly under the soffit area of the roof, and are literally upside down, perfectly clung there like Spider-Man. The only thing that can see you is your party members, well, 2 of them, and the berserker. But like I said, he's berserking. The other 2 can't see you. Very good. Next.
That'd be me. Okay, so I'm going to first use my bonus action to hex the berserker, and as my action, I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay, thank you very much. That was nice.
Am I within 30 feet of the
Sorry.
of the wizard or the the spellcaster,
The witch.
the witch.
Yes, you are.
I'm going to. I know I'm going to get an attack of opportunity on me, but I'm fine with that. I'm going to move over to the witch and get in melee range with her.
So you're gonna
And
try to roll past.
I will
her.
yell out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I will yell out as I'm running. Focus on the berserker loud enough, hopefully, so Puffin can hear that we're in
Sure, you
combat.
call to arms. Yeah, okay. All
Yeah.
right, let me give my attack of opportunity on you. Okay.
Yeah.
17.
That misses.
All right. Go ahead.
And I am in position next to the witch.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Okay.
well,
I see what you did.
I
see.
I used my I
get
used
what you did.
everything.
Okay.
I'm done.
So you
Give that witch a whacking.
kind of leaning in and coming in toward the witch with your sword out. You use a long sword, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't. I don't actually have. I have a shield in one hand, and I have my hand with my.
Right, because you're a warlock. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're heading in toward the witch. Amy.
You do have spells. Just a reminder.
Amy.
Amy.
Did we lose that?
Oh,
Hey,
are you there?
Yeah, we're
welcome back.
Yeah.
Oh, all right,
She's
awesome.
gone,
Sorry
so-
about that. Okay, so you said, oh, I do have spells. Okay, so, I kind of want to attack that witch, but he did say focus on the berserker. So, just kind of bite my lip and refocus my attention towards him. Let's see. 11, man, and I've got. Okay, all right. I think I'm going to start maybe just with like an. Is he in my attack range?
Oh yeah, he's
You're-
right in your
yeah,
face.
you're right there.
He's trying to literally eat your face.
Oh no. Okay, that's not good. All right, so I'll go ahead and attack him then.
I envision Pac-Man. Wonka 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 wonka.
Okay. All right. Deep breath. You're okay. Okay. Calm down. Oh no. Did it
Why?
work?
Yeah, that.
What are you doing?
That
Did
hits.
Did
It
do
hits. You're just striking
Oh,
with your
okay.
sword, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit.
Oh, okay. It's not displaying anything on my end, but if you can see it, that's great.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you got a
Um,
19.
So you
Okay.
take is she using you're using a longsword, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very
Mhm.
elven weapon. So you basically just kind of strike at this berserking possessed thing with your sword. Go ahead and do your damage.
Okay. And that is
D8 plus your strength bonus.
Plus 5.
8.
Plus 5.
Okay. And you exit away.
All right. So this guy's taking quite a bit of damage. You definitely lift your sword into him, and you put a deep cut in his face. But because he's berserking, he doesn't even notice it. Right?
Remember, when you
When
berserks,
what?
he takes half damage.
Yeah, I know.
Depending on
I
what
know.
sort of barbarian he is.
No, I know what I get. Trust me, I got it.
Yeah.
Right. So end around double crits. Puffin's still on his ass. So we're at the end of the round. However, at the end of the round, two things do happen. You hear screaming coming from the area
no.
you were in front of the grocer, and some of those screams are blood curdling, right?
Oh no.
And Puffin, you next round you will you will be able to try to get up, no problem. Well, we'll see. You might
Yeah,
just
we'll see.
instantly die.
I might just instantly die.
That's true. But you do look up as you are in the motion of trying to get up. Standing in front of you, you see a hag. It's a night hag. It doesn't look like the one you fought before, though. It is a different one, although very similar. They are kind of similar. But it's a different hag standing in front of you. She's grinning as the little girl you saw earlier the Timbor daughter. She has her in her clutches, and she's literally you can see her soul coming out through the breath of the girl into the witch as the girl dies in front of you.
Well,
Well, I'm gonna.
Was
Is
it
it
a
my
room?
turn?
It is a new round, so give me you already have initiative. You're last, but I will get to you in a second. But just for
Okay.
cinematics of that, I'm assuming you try to stand up.
Oh, I do. Well, let's see if I instantly die. That's what I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah. Well, no, you don't have to roll.
yeah,
Oh,
You don't have to roll.
no.
If
it's
But
you're in
half your
I'm.
movement
combat,
to get up.
well, I'm joking anyway. You're not going to die from triple crits anyway.
No, you'll die from fighting a CR5 monster by yourself.
Yes, by yourself. Yeah. The good thing though, this is not a named one, right? So you're actually facing a CR5, whereas the other one is higher, right?
Oh well, I'll
Um,
still kill it.
Maybe. So you do get up and prepare yourself to engage in combat. Um, she is going to get an action before you, but
Mhm.
she does let you stand because she's a bitch like that. Anyway, back to my turn. The Berserker, his round is rather weird. Um, you see, Amy, you're the only one that really sees this clearly because he's literally in front of you. Um,
Okay.
you see him like twitching in this very unearthly way. His whole body is twitching. His
Oh,
arms
just Joe.
rip off of his body as he literally slides backward. He doesn't step backward. He slides backward. And his arms rip off of him and attack into you. But he grows new
His
arms instantly that have swords in them, in the hands, right?
Are we fighting Baraka?
In a way, right?
In
So
a way.
these arms are going to be swinging at you, Amy. But they rip off his body, and he's twitching very unearthly, in a very unearthly way. It's creepy as hell. But he slides backward, almost running into GOP with the slide.
Oh no, he's a smooth criminal.
And
So
his
attack of opportunity?
no, his
What?
arms regrow instantly, and they have swords, identical swords in them, as he did a moment ago. That's his round, however. But the arms do get swings at you. So let me go ahead and do that, Amy.
Oh, so
that's
Amy doesn't get one. Okay.
Not no, there is no attack of opportunity here. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not him moving. It's like he's being shunted. He's moving too
Yeah,
fast for you to be able to swing
I'm
at
trying
him.
to describe in such a way that he's not doing it. Something else is.
poor thing.
All right. So he one of the arms swings at you, you duck. The second one does hit you, however.
So are these arms floating?
Yep.
Okay, so that makes sense to me, like as far as not having opportunity, because they're blocking his movement, so she wouldn't have that attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a fair action. What's going on? There's a spell taking place. You take 6 points of damage as this thing bangs into your armor. One of these swords.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The witch who has GOP charging into her face. What is she going to do?
Die.
Maybe. She actually charges right back at you. Let's see if I succeed at doing what I want her to do. So this is not going to be as high though. Okay. All right. She comes up to you and charges right at you, and she just jumps in the air and envelops you with her arms, grabbing, kind of latching onto you like a leech. And she buries her mouth. Now you're not grappled. All right, you can
Okay.
but she's trying to grapple you. Well, not really. But she's just kind of leaping on you for a cinematic. And she just buries her, as you see, fangs into your throat.
Or attempts to?
No,
That
no, I
was an
just
attack
hit
roll,
you.
right?
I just hit you. Yes.
You didn't, because I have a armor class of 20.
Oh, you do. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So she's trying to. All right. Up on top, we have two things going on. First of all, the tentacles are trying to get a hold of you, Badger. from across the way. They can't grapple you now because you are at a distance, but they are going to launch their tentacly arms out and try to hit you with them. Now these things only get +2, so it's different. 13 is probably not enough, right?
No.
Okay, you dodge from that attack. The berserker
Well,
can't do anything to you because he's preoccupied. The witch is already done. The wizard, what was that, Bill?
so if they end their turn within 5 feet of me, I get another action.
No, it's just has
Uh,
this thing has 15 feet of reach. It's just a
15
it's
feet
just
of
a
reach.
reach thing.
Okay.
But the wizard can't see you anymore. But he can see the two fighting in the street. The witch is engaged, so he probably wouldn't do that. He'd probably just go for the paladin. All right, so what's he going to do? You hear him, he like screams out some arcanic word, and he just coming out of his mouth as he says it. GOP, you recognize this instantly. The color is different, but a warlock's eldritch blast
Oh,
goes
cool.
behind you and is trying to hit Amy.
All right.
18 probably missed. 18. Amy,
Yeah.
did I hit you?
No.
Okay. So his blast hits the stone beside you. The fire that was burning on the stone has gone out, by the way. But he does take chips off of the stone of the alleyway of the building right next to you. Those shards go flying by. They probably hit you in the head, but they don't do any damage to you. But you are under serious attack. And then out in the street. Puffin.
Oh,
This thing does allow you to get up, but it is going to attack you before. And
I have my.
it decides to you get your attack too, but I just
Okay.
go first. And it's basically using the head of this dead girl as a bludgeon.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, that's gross.
21. Do I hit you?
You do.
Okay.
My AC is 20.
All right. Let me see here.
I'm drawing a picture of that.
Yeah.
Puffin gets beat with a little kid's
Head.
I'm
Yeah.
getting beat with a kid.
Well, hags are evil, dude. They're like pure evil.
Very.
They're very bad things. Okay, let me see what the strength of this thing is. Oh, it's way higher than I thought. These things are ugly, dude.
Your CR5s.
I'm gonna be ugly too once it
You
kills me.
take 8 points. Wow, that's shocking. You take 8 points of damage as you literally get. She's holding the kid's head in her hand as she just sucked the life out of her, and she's just bashing you in the head with it.
So
that head
does
explode after that?
Yeah, does it explode after that from that much?
Well,
Because like a child's head is
it
not that
does
strong.
impact. It's not really a permanent weapon now, is it? She just did it for the pure spite of it, right? So you take 8 points of damage though, and wow, you get smashed in the head with this other kid. You're absolutely pissed off. What do you do? Your turn.
Well, is she she's within melee, so
Oh yeah, she is.
as a war cleric, I can attack, and then as my bonus action, I can spend a war cleric charge to attack again. As my bonus action, so I'm gonna attack her twice.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll both of them at the same time, just to save time.
Sure.
That is a 18, and that would be a 10, but I'm going to use my Channel Divinity, which is once per short rest. I give my plus 10. So that's an 18 and a non-natural 20.
Yep, you hit.
All right, hit on both. That means that I will do, it's a long sword, so 1d8 plus 2, do that twice. So it's plus 4 for a total damage of 12.
All right, nice. So your weapon is a bastard sword, right?
Long sword.
Okay, long. Who's got the bastard sword?
No, mine is a.
That would be Danny.
Oh, Danny has that. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Well, you
Yeah.
definitely took a couple swipes at her and did a little bit of damage. Uh, comparatively, it's not much though, right? This is a very powerful thing you're dealing with. Nevertheless, back to the top. The Berserker. The arms attack Amy. So let me do
Don't
that
we?
first.
Are the arms their own creature now?
Yep.
Or are
Don't we get to
they...
go?
Yeah, they just went. I thought before,
Yeah, he already attacked her.
I
and they
thought
will
you
also
guys
went
already
to
did all
top of
your
the
stuff. I
round.
apologize.
We haven't.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm
well
just
then,
excited.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking of Puffin. That happened. That's separate.
Woohoo.
Okay, you guys go. I thought you already did. Go ahead.
All right, Bill.
Okay, so I'm hanging on the soffit underneath the magic user above the berserker. The magic user is a problem.
Well,
I'm
the one
going to
above
move
you is
up.
a warlock.
Okay,
You're dealing with a
same.
warlock, a witch, and a berserker.
Okay, the warlock. I'm going up. Oh wow, jeez, I need that sneak attack shot. I'm gonna
Well,
shoot the.
the berserker and the witch
Who
would
do,
be in combat, so they will give you the advantage. Yeah.
who? It looks like which one of my friends looked worse for wear in the first after the first story?
GOP.
Firing at the witch then, and for my attack.
Okay.
All right. Well, 16.
16 is not enough to hit
Oh
her.
no, actually, I rolled wrong. I gotta clear this out because I was supposed to do it at advantage, and it rolled a 2d20. So I guess that would be not. Oh, it did take the right one, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
9 and 7, 16. Yeah. Okay.
That misses
Um.
the witch.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna do a cunning action. I want to try and come up on the roof and around and surprise them, and so that I can surprise the magic user on the next turn.
I see. So you want to move along the soffit, come up, and get behind the chimney. Give me a attack
Yeah.
roll, please.
Okay. So it's a 20.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, and actually add 2 to that, so it'd be 19 my stealth.
Yeah, no
All
problem.
right. Okay, so then I'll prepare him for a sneak attack on my next turn.
GOP?
Okay. So can I try and maneuver myself back to where I was? Kind of move myself behind behind Amy's character.
You are flanked. Now you could try, but I will get 2 AoEs on you.
2 AOEs or 2
Excuse me, area attack for opportunities. I'll get 2.
Oh,
If you move
well
anywhere, I get 2.
that's fine. As long as I'm not gonna get like more than 2 if I go around her. I won't be in her. I won't get an attack of opportunities from the arms if I'm just
Oh
staying
no, you'll
within
get from
5 feet
those
and
as
going
well.
around. Well,
If you're
if
trying to
I'm
get
going around
behind
her
Amy,
within melee.
then yeah, no. If you go into melee with the arms, you're fine. But if you try to, escape and get behind Amy, you're going to take 3 attacks of opportunity. It's a
Can he do a
narrow alleyway. I don't think that's a smart move at all, dude.
Well, he can do a disengage.
Just keep in
Okay, well,
mind, I'm
no,
getting
I
plus
can't.
6 on all my attacks with these
I know.
guys.
I know. But it's worth it to me to I will take the 2 attacks of opportunity, move forward, not within 5 feet of the arms, but almost.
Okay.
So I'll get close, but I'm not going to get within melee range of them.
Yeah,
So
as
I
long
will
as you
take
don't
the
try
2
to go
attacks.
past it, you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I will take the 2 attacks of opportunity.
Alrighty then. The
Yep.
Berserker. Well, let's deal with the witch because she is kind of in effect on you.
Okay.
Although she is kind of floating in the air.
That's fair.
She's just going to try the same thing she was trying to do before. No. You're able to pull away from her, and she's still floating in the air, by the way. as you do, but she was really intent on trying to get those fangs into your throat, but she failed.
All
Uh,
right.
the
That's what you get for being good
berserker
looking.
takes a swing at you as you go by. That's a 22.
That hit.
Okay.
I could hear the glee in his voice. I hit him! Hooray!
You take 4 points from that glancing blow.
All right, and he will take. He will take 10 from my Armor of Agathes and 4 from my Hex. So 14.
Okay.
And, okay, so that was my movement. So my attack action. Let me first put in my damage. Attack action on the Barbarian, Eldritch Blast. So.
Okay, go ahead. That hits.
22. All right. And that is 10 plus 5. 11 points of damage on him.
Okay.
Force damage.
Now this is what happens. He's been pretty well beat up already, even though he's taken less damage from the attacks. However, that attack hits him, and he explodes.
You.
Now,
I mean, yay.
the
Ooh.
warlock on the roof is out of range of it. The witch has a particular thing that allows her to maybe not be hurt by it. I have to make a roll. But everybody else needs to give me a dexterity roll.
How many
Would
feet
I-
is the range?
Not you, Bill. Not you, and not Puffin. It's just Amy and GOP.
How many feet is the range? Because I did move away.
Oh no. You are absolutely in range. Matter of fact, we're probably going to have broken buildings here in a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
The only reason
cool.
Bill's not being affected is because Bill is literally on a roof. He actually give me a dexterity roll, Bill, just to stay on your feet. No, he's got those slippers. He's fine.
Okay, so what am I rolling? A dex?
You are.
Dex
You and
save.
Amy are rolling dexterity rolls.
Okay. And, all right, so I got a +5 to my save. 24 for me.
You're fine.
Amy, your dex bonus is only 1, so you
Yeah,
probably
no,
failed.
she's
You have
not a
7.
dexterity based character. So GOP, you take half of this. Amy, you take all of it. You take 13 points of damage, Amy. You take 6, GOP.
Okay.
Bonk.
And the damage is very concussive. So you guys took the damage you took, but the buildings crack. The plastering comes off around where he is. He's dead. Those arms that are in front of you, Amy, excuse me, Amy, they literally
Yep.
disintegrate in front of you. Gone.
My goodness.
Okay. Amy, it's your turn.
Well,
You still have 2 other creatures there. There's no talking.
yeah, no, it's just that's am I. All right, so one of them is on the roof, and the other
It's
is
floating in front of you. Oh, I need to make a roll for her real quick. Hold on a second.
The arms are gone too, I'm assuming.
They
right?
are.
Yes.
They are. Yes.
Okay.
She actually takes a little bit of blowback from that,
okay.
but she's still standing. She's floating in front of you. She's she's within movement range though, so you can move and attack if you'd like.
All right. Okay. Can I ask Tater something really quick and then attack,
Sure.
or can I?
You can say
Okay.
something.
All right. Do you want me to heal or hit?
Can I respond on her turn or no?
Yeah, go ahead. Of course you can.
Can't you use lay on hands as a bonus action?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I think you can do that as a bonus action and then do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you should check that real quick, and then my character would say, "Kill her." But if you can do it as a bonus action, you absolutely should.
Okay.
Depending on if you're really hurt bad, I don't know how hurt you are. If you are really low, then heal. But
I think anyway, I'm concerned about my friends. So, let's see.
I'm okay. I just
No,
got
it
a bunch of
says
temporary
as an
hit points from
action.
killing him. Okay.
As an
So
action.
you're right. You either have to heal or attack. It's your choice.
How many hit
Okay.
points are you at? Are you low?
I'm doing okay. I'm still over half, or about. I think. Yeah.
I'm perfectly
So,
fine. Kill her. Seriously.
You're fine.
Yes, I got
Okay.
8 temporary hit points from killing him. I'm fine.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Okay. Then I shall attack. Boop. Now, can I get her with is she in melee attack range?
You
Yeah,
can
you
get
can move
within
up and
melee.
attack her. Yes.
Now remember, you do have spells.
I do have spells. Do you think any would be good in this case?
Well, there is a smite spell you have.
Oh, that's right. I
She's
do have a
evil.
smite. Does smite not work on evil monsters?
No, it works
No.
extra good on evil.
Oh yeah.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Really?
there's a particular smite spell that you have as a first level spell.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good.
Oh no, don't do that. Okay, so that is I
Your
wrote down the
wrathful
name.
smite.
Right, yeah, I'm looking wrathful smite. Okay. Is that good on I can use that on a magic character too?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can smite
I'm
anyone
copying
you
from my notes. Let's see. Oh, come on. Did I copy over? I've been transposing over all of my notes. I think I got everything except that
Would
one.
you like me
course.
to read it to you, or
Do you have it right there? I'm afraid
I have it right here. It's a
Okay.
bonus action. It only has a verbal component, so you can do it while you still have all your stuff in your hands.
Right.
The
Okay.
next
That's
time
the
you
point.
hit the next time you hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your attack deals an extra d6 psychic damage. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the spell ends. As an action, the creature can make a wisdom check against your spell save DC to seal its resolve and end the spell. So it has to spend an action to stop it. But this is a bonus action.
So I could do. Can I do the bonus action first and then
Yes.
do an attack?
Yes,
Okay.
you can do the bonus action first, then go in and you do your regular melee attack, and if you hit her, then then the effect goes on her, and she has to spend her action to get rid of it.
Mhm.
To possibly
Okay.
get rid of it.
Okay. So now for a spell, what do I roll for? Do I roll for that or do I just?
No,
Just
it's
roll
part of your attack action.
first. Just roll your attack.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll my
Just-
attack. Okay.
You did the bonus action. If your attack hits, it'll take effect.
Right.
Okay. All right.
You got this.
That's a hit.
Nice!
Did you do your
All
damage?
Oh, yes. Let me do that.
And then add an extra d6 on top of it.
Oh, okay. D6 and 5. Okay, and go.
All right. Nice.
All right. You hit her very solidly, and you actually, because she's not wearing any armor at all, but she actually just you struck her very heavily across the chest. She explodes.
What?
Everyone
no!
Yeah,
give
we
me a
knew that
dex-
was going to happen.
Everyone
We couldn't
give me
do
a
anything.
dexterity save, please.
We were stuck. We had no choice.
It's just you and
All right.
GOP. The other guys are fine.
Yeah.
GOP, give me a dexterity save, please.
All
I
right.
don't know. What I've been through is kind of crappy.
13.
Oh, I'm not done with you.
Oh, no.
That's failure.
Okay.
Amy, give me a dexterity save.
Well, her first roll was an 18.
They're the same.
Regardless. So,
that's a
yeah.
success. So, Amy, you take half. GOP takes all. All right.
Okay.
Plus
see what
whatever
we
you
get.
have in effect with your armor, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
So I take
GOP,
10
you
points.
take 10, and Amy, you take 5 points of damage. I'm assuming you guys are still up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, Amy, you do see. Well, give me a. You're the only one who could actually see this. Give me a perception check, real quick.
Perception. That's on wisdom, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just
Okay.
the D20 plus your perception.
Okay. Oh no! Sorry.
I can't see that one.
I
I'm
need
sorry.
to roll that without the
Yes, I need to calm down and hit the correct button, not its second cousin.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. All right.
That's good. And your perception, what is your perception? Because
It's
it should
enough
be
anyway.
higher than.
She sees it.
than
She's
that.
right in front of it, so she only needed a 14. Now, Amy, you didn't see this
Yes.
with the Berserker when he blew up. He just blew up, right? And of
Hmm.
course, the chaos of it, the ringing in your ears, you're literally covered in gore. It's not a
Yeah.
happy time, right?
No.
But with this time, you do notice that she explodes, but you swear you see a hint of her reforming and disappearing behind the explosion.
She's going back to the soul bag.
Oh no. Okay. So
Going back to the soul bag.
Let's see
Going
here.
All right,
Everyone
so
has
I'm gonna go
action.
ahead and shout that out to everybody who can hear it.
Sure.
Okay.
Um,
I'm in question, GM.
Yeah.
When this is happening, because I'm in front of the hag, could I actually see the soul return to this hag?
well, you're making assumptions, but
Yeah, we don't know what her reformation is, but yeah.
I know.
yeah, why not? For cinematic effect, you do see this whirling mist appear and go into a little pouch on her belt. Sure. Why
That's
not?
one way to pick up.
becomes
I'm gonna
apparent.
make my cheeky remark. That's one way to pick up women.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Hey. Okay, you don't know which one it was. Okay. Anyway, so back to the top. Now, I'm doing you guys separate from Puff, and I'll get to him in a second. Now, on the
I'm
roof,
special.
this guy on the roof takes an action. His action is. Okay. His action is
Beg for mercy.
the mass of writhing tentacles falls down into the alleyway and explodes.
More
He
explosions.
runs. So he takes his move action onto the next roof. So let me just give his dexterity here, which isn't great.
I get a shot of action.
No, on your turn you'll be able to do something. He does land on the next roof, but he doesn't do it very gracefully, and he's basically in a crouch position on the next roof from you, Bill, which we'll get to in a second. However, we do need to deal with the explosion. Dexterity saves, please.
Oh, cool. All right. No.
Failure.
Hitting the exploding people.
Amy.
Okay.
Failure.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Okay. So you guys take all of this. You each take 7 more. Now, GOP, what are you looking like?
Since all the temporary hit points saved my butt, with 7 more
Sure,
damage, I am down to, I believe, 5.
All right.
Yep,
so
I'm down to 5 hit points.
You're still standing, though, so that armor was very useful for you. Mrs. Tank, what's your health?
Okay. Okay, says you okay?
7 more. So.
Oh, there you go. It 2, 17. Okay, if I'm doing this right, 17.
17 with all the damage you've taken, you're only at 17
That's
now.
a lot.
Let me check that again.
You should be really low.
That was the last. No. Right, that was on the last one. It was 20.
What's your total?
Okay. Right now I'm on 36. I did the.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Yeah.
Even at 36, she'd be pretty low. Yeah.
Yeah, she's taking about half her hit points, and then if she takes 7, she'd be at 10.
Yeah, that's if it's at 32. Yeah, that's probably about right because it was at like 11. I think probably about 11 or 12 if that was a 10 on the other one instead of a 5.
Oh, no problem. Just make sure every time I give you damage, you write it down, right?
Yeah,
we got to keep
do the math. Calm down.
But I didn't imagine that either one of you would be actually down. If I'd rolled a little bit better with those, maybe. But nevertheless,
that was close.
It was close.
Very close.
This is
I'd be
even
dead.
worse ichor because it's like this slimy black ichor that smells really bad. You guys are literally just covered in gore. You two, gore and viscera. You two down on the ground. This alleyway looks like an absolute disaster area, like some cult pagan ritual just took place. However, you guys have nothing really to do other than be happy you're not dead. Bill has an action though, and I'll get to Puffin in a minute. Go ahead, Bill.
Woohoo!
All right.
I'm going to die. I'm in danger.
We don't know that.
Now, do I have advantage since the guy kind of had a bad
He is.
landing?
No, I failed. So go ahead.
Okay.
Here.
Let's take 23.
Okay. You
Okay.
hit him. You absolutely hit him. Go ahead.
And this is just a regular shot, right? So.
Sure.
Plus 7. $11.
It's good damage. You hit him hard in the back of his right shoulder, right in the shoulder blade. He lets out a scream.
Now I'm gonna duck and cover, but keep him in my eyesight just so he can see me. Yeah.
So Puffin, you are face to face with the hag.
You a ugly bitch.
Yeah. And
Wish I knew you.
And she is going to take an attack on you here. What am I going to do?
Oh, man.
Don't you hit me with that kid.
Why don't you let him go?
There's nothing left of the kid to hit you with now.
No.
That was more of an insult than anything.
It was. It was an insult is what it was. You're 100% right. That's a nasty thing. Let me just see how they, I don't think they've redone it differently, but let me just check on this spell real quick.
I'm going to mock her right back. Oh, too ugly to get into Wonderland.
Uh-oh. Actually,
Yeah,
in
this
their
is
human form, these things are hotties, dude. The vanity is real, you know?
that. I think that
I'm
was
an
the
elf.
point.
I'm used to seeing through vanity. You think you're pretty? Ah,
Pretty.
Pretty
ah,
ugly.
got him.
All right, so there is no saving throw to this. Wow, that's powerful, dude.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna make it. No, I ain't gonna make it.
I
It
don't
was
think
nice
any
knowing
of us
y'all.
could one and one on any of these things. So
Well, I mean,
Wow,
if I could,
that is wicked powerful, dude. There is no saving throw.
nope.
Yep, no saving throw. What spell is it? I think I know
All
what
right,
it
well,
is.
the only thing that matters is can I roll enough of your hit points? Interesting.
Oh,
So
dude, I don't have. I rolled a 2 on one of my hit point rolls. I
that's
bet you
okay.
can.
Just tell me how many hit points you have.
13.
Oh, I
Wait,
probably
what?
got you then. I probably got you.
I have 20 total and 13 left.
No, I think it is total. It is total. It's not current. It's total. So you have
Oh.
20, but I got 30.
Wait, what?
She breathes out this greenish, acrid mist from her mouth into your face. It just engulfs you, and everything goes blurry and then black.
Can I
I'm
use?
You can't do anything. You're nowhere near him, nor do you know what's happening. All right, Bill. My turn. What are you two down on the ground doing? You don't really know what's going on beyond the fact that you're just covered and
Well-
badly injured, but you're alive.
I
Think
didn't.
it-
Since I didn't really go on the last part, I heard a yell, or I heard the guy, probably scream in pain. So I'm gonna go running towards that way because
I don't know, dude. Your ears are ringing pretty badly. You just got
Can
hit with
I-
3 explosions. Boom, boom,
Can I
boom.
roll a perception to see if I
Yes.
can? Okay,
-5.
perception roll. 18.
You're able to, through the din of it all, you hear a scream on the roof above you.
Okay. I'm gonna. Is there any way to get up to the roof?
You could climb. You're not good at it, but you could.
No, I'm not. Well, acrobatics. I do have a +5, so
Yeah, you could take a
Okay.
round getting on the roof.
okay. I'm gonna try and use my acrobatics to get on the roof. All right. So just roll for that.
I'm sorry we
13.
split the party and got in a fight for all you guys waiting.
It's
that's
all
okay.
good.
This is
So,
Bill's fault.
all right, now you're doing that after the fact because what Bill and I are doing going first.
That's
So
fine.
Amy, what are you doing?
Um, I'm still trying to picture how this is. I guess I'm going.
You
I'm
do
sorry, I
see
don't know what to
GOP
think.
run off. You
I
have
saw
this
him.
huge
I'm
dent in your
climbing.
ear. You're in incredible pain. You're badly damaged. You're covered in viscera. It's a nightmare situation, but you do see GOP moving. What do you want to do?
Oh, okay. Let's see. I guess I could. Should I try healing myself,
You
or
could.
should I
You
try?
certainly could. Yeah.
That is certainly an
Not a bad
option.
idea, especially if you're going to come up against a hag around the corner. You don't know that, but it's possible.
Yeah, we cannot take on that hag. We needed like a whole party with
Should
the
we
hag
leave?
and yeah.
The whole
I
No,
party.
mean, I
well,
feel like
Leave me to die.
we don't even know you. We have no idea.
we
You
don't
just
know
that
what's
all that
going
happened
on.
to you
No, I'm
because
saying do it. Leave me to die, please. Don't
Yeah, I mean,
risk
all I've
yourself.
seen so far is we chased these monsters. They didn't do anything. They exploded, and we were no better off than when we started.
well,
So,
you only got so many options you can take right now. So you can heal,
right.
or you can try following me.
Yeah, just heal.
It's up to you.
Just do that.
Okay.
right.
All right. That's what do I roll for that?
You don't roll
You
Or
nothing.
don't.
You got to lay a hand. You got a
Yep.
certain amount of points you can heal. You choose how many.
oh, okay.
So, Bill, my guy, this just kind of show you guys again, the one in the middle here. He was trying to flee, but you see his eyes grow even more bright, and his action, because he does go before you, he just runs, jumps off the roof, and is falling toward GOP. GOP, dex save.
Dex save again. Here we go.
Only GOP.
Only me.
Swookity,
Okay.
swookity.
21.
You made it this time. He explodes as he's falling down toward you.
Cool.
And once again, one thing that you guys have noticed through all of this, some of their actions were of their own choice, even though their souls are stolen and they're minions. But some of their actions were someone else clearly was causing it. You saw that happen with the Berserker, and you've seen it now with him because his inclination was to run, but someone made superseded that. You take another 12 points of damage. Half of that, so 6.
I am down. I'm -1.
So boom. So, Bill, you see him go flying off. You hear another explosion. Now, luckily, you've been on the roof the whole time, so you hadn't had to make any rolls. Although, it's freaking war zone, dude. What do you do, Bill?
Well, I don't know where Roland is. I know I gotta see what's going on down below. I mean, that's the only thing that really makes sense. So I'm going to go to where I have a vantage point on Tater and Rooney. I say it different every time until I figure it out how to pronounce your name.
You ruined.
What do I see when I look down at them?
All right,
Of course, you've explained it.
This is what you see.
But
You see Amy's character, which I constantly forget the name. Amy?
You
You
ruined.
can just call her Amy. It's fine.
Okay. She is leaning up against the wall. Her hand is glowing on her own chest. She's covered in gore and viscera. I mean, completely covered, but she's clearly healing herself. This is a freaking war zone. The buildings are cracked. Stone is falling, has chipped off all these buildings in the area. It's just an absolute disgusting scene. And you see barely you can make out Tater on the ground, and he's just covered to a point that you almost can't see him. That's how covered he is in all of this nonsense. And the various viscera and body parts of that dead warlock are on him. Now, and he's not moving.
can I see Roland anywhere?
Nope.
That's not a good sign either.
Well, you're 2 buildings and a walk of a street away from him, so he's not in your vision now.
I have to see if I'm gonna have to drop down and check on Tater or run down since I have the spider climb.
Yes, and you can get down to him very easily. You see that he is unconscious but not dead. And you're just simply your attention to him is enough to stabilize him, right? Because he's like what,
Right, yeah.
-1?
Yeah, it was -1.
Yeah. So he's just
-1.
KO'd. So
I could do a medicine roll.
Oh, give me one. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Because that does give like D4 hit points back or something, doesn't it?
That stabilizes.
It stabilizes.
That's the stabilize.
Give me that roll. Give me that roll.
Yeah.
Stabilize could be strong.
No, you're not able to do it. But like I said, he's not in that much danger. You guys are there. We don't have to worry about GOP's character. However, the battle is over. Amy, you come over, and of course, we're going to deal with GOP to try to get him, stabilize and stuff, and we'll just assume that gets done. However, out on the main street, Puffin, Roland.
Yes.
You wake up to this searing pain in your forehead. I mean, it's just, you want to scream. It hurts so much. You wake up. And as your blurry eyes are opening, you see the hag disappearing in front of you. She is disappearing, but your forehead hurts like crazy. It's like it's on fire. What do you want to do?
Cut it out.
If she's disappearing,
She is.
I'm gonna try to hit her before she disappears.
No. She's gone. That's not. You don't have an option. There's no combat is finished. But your forehead is burning. What do you want to do?
I'm going to look in a reflective surface and see why it's burning.
Well, you have been branded, sir.
Oh, no.
Can I cut that out?
Actually, a proper healer could get rid of it. Yeah. Well, if it's not magical.
Oh, if it's not magical, he says.
You don't know the rune. You don't. Of course, you're not a wizard. But a rune has been burned in your forehead. There's streaks of blood coming down, starting to get in your eyes from the branding. But of course, that will stop instantly because it cauterizes the area. It hurts.
I'm gonna go to the mage tower, get this looked at.
Well, I mean, your friend's around the corner. You don't want to go check that out?
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're around the corner or not. I just know that, they climbed up on a building.
I yelled out.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Then at the beginning of combat.
Yeah, but he was. I cast the sleep spell on him, which I didn't know you don't get to save for that. It's just, do I get enough hit points to put you down? That's powerful first level spell, dude. But it always has been. Sleep has always been OP. But I'm assuming you kind of, stagger down the street and see the alleyway where there's something very bad happened in that alleyway, but your friends are there and they're alive. Of course, this all happens within a very few amount of like a minute, right? This all happens very quickly. That wasn't a very long fight in reality. And of course, the townsfolk you hear them crying. You see down just not far, it's right there where you guys are. There's several dead townsfolk. People are trying to help. Some are coming over toward you to help you. Some of them see and come down they don't come down the alleyway. They don't want to get into that, but they're like, come out. And we'll end there. Back over at the wigwams. Let me just get the picture up real quick. There it is. You guys have been happily working on these charms. You successfully make it. No problem. Working together. It all works out great. She said she will help you out, honey. And you guys will work together, which is good for her. She needs some cathartic work, right? And you guys will over the next week will be dealing with creating these charms and getting them out to the public, but also, making profit as you will. Now, during this activity, though, much later, you do hear in the distance, this is quite a ways away from you, but somewhere in the distance, you do hear. That's not a normal sound that you hear around
It
here.
sounds like somebody knocking on a door.
No, it
It's an
sounds like
explosion.
explosions, but in a distance.
Oh.
Quite a far. It's
Oh,
quite a ways away.
fireworks!
Yeah, like the fireworks the Magi Sanctum does every year during the spring holiday.
Oh, how nice. Hmm.
Anyway, we're gonna leave it there. Now, any questions?
Do I get
Yeah.
completely re-rested where I can
You
keep
are
on
good.
going?
You are definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just remember, you're the one that made me tired.
This is
Part
true.
of
I was just playing my character.
Well, that's okay. You guys over there working on the stuff, and we'll throw you in as well because you've been doing a lot of charitable work. You get experience as well doing the things you're doing. But you guys who went on patrol, yeah, that was the thing. Any questions from the rest of you?
Holy crap. That's more of a statement, but it's my statement, so, yeah.
Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong.
Uh-huh. That was brutal.
Thank you.
So, what did we all learn in class? What did we all learn tonight?
Split the group?
Do not split the party. That
Don't
was
split
the
the
lesson
party.
of the day.
How many times have we tried to learn that in each game?
Now,
Don't
of
get in a
course,
fight without the barbarian.
we'll deal with the fallout from this next week. But interesting. Now, the people over at Wigwam's Magical Arts, you guys get a total of 275 experience points for tonight, including you.
But not
Ray.
each.
Thank you.
Each. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. How much did you say so I can write it down
I'm
for
not-
Danny?
275. Plus any
Okay.
20s you rolled or anything like that. You
Right.
guys who are in the combat, you guys plus your work and stuff you were doing, you guys each excuse me get 800.
All right.
Oh, okay. I think she'll go find a bath.
Now, yeah, well, that's probably the first thing on your mind. Now, is that level anybody, or are we still a little bit away?
I'm still a bit of ways.
Yeah, you're
So
probably a
what's
little bit
the
away.
experience for level 4?
I don't know
27.
offhand.
27,000.
2700.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
27.
I leveled by 10 XP. I'm
Yeah.
2710 and I'm level 4.
There you go.
Nice.
Really? Wow.
But that's all right. Next week we should definitely get everybody. Should be 4. But like I said in the beginning, leveling does go quickly, but it does slow down, right?
So I get my feet now, right?
I do believe so. Yeah. But you can work on all that later. Nevertheless, thank you guys all very much for coming in. Hopefully you're enjoying the story. This this is a problem, and we'll see how we resolve it because it's not a good situation. Nevertheless, hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week for session 5, I do believe. And of course, we are doing Drawn a Quarter this week. Girls, what are we doing for this week at Drawn a Quarter?
Oh, let me think. Did we come up with something after all? I know we had some questions about it. We did roll out last week.
Right. I'm not sure. Eric hasn't sent me a thumbnail yet. But
Yeah.
we'll be doing something. It's always fun. Come back and check
Absolutely.
it
It's gonna be amazing.
out. Yeah. And we do get a lot of people come and watch that.
Oh my gosh! Is it the 3rd annual Cute Off already?
Oh, it is. It's the 3rd annual Cute Off. That's what it is. Which means I will die of diabetes.
Oh no!
So come watch that.
Diabetes.
Yes, the diabetes. But nevertheless, we'll see you on Thursday for that, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.